Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 35. Just like the 35-inch tires that Andy's taken off his rig to swap to 1 tons, baby.
I wish these stupid marketplace buyers would hurry up and buy them instead of never replying.
At least we still have marketplace.
Yes. I have not officially been banned from it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's shit.
Marketplace is fun. Well, it's the actual interface is going to it shows me a category called recently sold now.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
why?
It's sold. I cannot
stupid.
do shit with this listing. Please get this out of my face.
Hey, do you still have this? No, it was recently sold.
Or I click the
Son's
local.
crying, thanks.
I click the local tab and it's like, here's results from further away. I'm like, I just clicked the local tab.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole point of the local tab.
I did get a notification from PayPal about my my income from it with the $600 thing. Like if I get more than that, they will hold it, and if I don't enter my tax information, they will take 25% of any of the money I have in there.
For like goods and services?
For anything.
If I use that, yes.
For friends and family, that.
Well, yes, but like random people on the internet I'm selling car parts to, they don't trust me enough to do it family and friends.
Y'all paying taxes?
I fucking sure as hell wish I wasn't, but I just need to not sell $600 worth of shit every year on PayPal.
Not to get into too much detail.
Speaking of shit.
Oh, yeah?
You're talking about the new product that you found?
We can talk about the new product.
Does it involve
No, but would you like to pull it up?
I can.
Jamie?
So Marcus found a thing today, and he's...
Oh, well, I found this on TikTok.
Which one do you want first?
Somebody made a video. Let's do the video first.
God damn it, you son of a bitch.
We'll show the video, and then we'll talk about it.
Pull it up and then pause
Now, to
it.
me, this is... Oh, Lordy G. Jesus Christ, it's
yeah,
going
you should.
fast.
Yeah. So here, we'll pull this up on the main screen, and we'll run through it real quick.
So those are DeWalt batteries.
Those are DeWalt FlexVolt batteries.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, and that's copyright.
Oh, shit.
Mute that. Okay. So this is a welding machine made by ESAB that is battery powered.
It can do both. It can do wired and battery powered.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But would it be nice to have battery powered?
Absolutely.
Sure.
1,000%.
Once in a while, but I mean, this is I want to say it's a $3,600 machine.
That's literally stupid cheap.
Is it?
Oh my God, yes. So, for reference, the TIG welders we use downstairs,
$3,600.
Our TIG welders are about $5,000 a piece. We have two of them. They're Dynasty 200s and 210. Our MIG welders, our Miller 252s, those are $4,500 a piece, and we have 3 of those.
Yeah.
Welders are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But so apparently, on the
Also, you're running $1,000 in batteries in that. So.
and it does come with the batteries.
Oh wait, it does?
Yes.
Bro, I'll buy it
that's way better.
I'll buy it for the
I thought
batteries.
it was like $3,600 tool
includes,
only, and then
FlexVolts are
that's not bad at all.
expensive.
Yeah, no, for $2,600 for the tool, entirely different category of welders.
Fair, I guess.
Yeah, the FlexVolt batteries are $100 a piece.
It
easy.
includes 4 DeWalt FlexVolt, 20 volt, 60 volt max, 12 amp hour.
batteries.
Oh,
12 amp hour?
Oh, yeah. So
those are the
these.
big dogs.
Oh, yeah, I figured as much.
The 6 amp hours are about $100 a piece, and that's on sale.
So the 12s, I'm assuming they're
got to be twice that, yeah.
150.
I know they're expensive because I only have the 6 amp ones.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a 12. I believe it's one of that's a 6. I don't know. Keep talking while I look real quick.
But it'll do up to 140 volts on battery power, 140 amps.
Yes.
Total output on battery, and 200 on AC mains, 230 volt.
So a FlexVolt battery 12 amp is $217 a piece.
So yeah.
So
shit.
So you're getting
$900
$900 in batteries.
Tool, like
I
said,
cool.
In my head, I would never have even fathomed buying this for $3,600, but the batteries entirely change.
No, these are
$2,600 for the welder itself is doable, especially if I already had the DeWalt ecosystem.
Yeah,
it would very well be.
Comes with a charger too, so that's kind of.
I'm sure they will sell them without these batteries as well.
Oh, I'm sure, and this is just from the first website when you type it in, it pops up.
It's a very specific use case
for like me at work. I would use this. If I had to do like little spot welds on minor shit here and there in places,
if you are already invested in the ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
Well, it comes with the batteries. You don't have to.
Well, yes, but it only makes sense.
What it does is this replaces a generator welder, like a Miller Bobcat or a what's the other one? Not a Thunderbolt. God damn it.
Trailblazer.
Trailblazer.
Trailblazer is the compressor welder combo.
So let's compare this to a Bobcat 250.
Yep.
Which 250
this is the standard.
This is what
the
every
absolute industry standard.
What every generic
generator
welder
half
is.
The fucking price.
Yes and no. So this is a generator welder. This will run a building. It is a generator.
No, it's ungodly amount of power.
And it'll do 265 amps, probably on like a nasty duty cycle of like 80% or something.
Yeah.
This will run forever.
Yeah.
Our welding trailer that we don't use to remote welding anymore because we don't want to do it because it sucks because you're welding outside a job that you could do in the shop that's way easier to do in the shop. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like ours is a Bobcat 250. And whenever the power goes out, we'll literally backfeed it into the building. It'll run most of the building.
Yeah.
Like you can run like the air conditioning and like everything in the building off of it because it's.
But see, so like I don't know. I saw this and I thought that's dumb. I would just buy one of these and be done.
But the Bobcat weighs, I don't know, 1,500 pounds.
Yes.
That you could throw in the backseat of your car.
Maybe 700.
I'll
7 or 8.
I'll scroll through and see what it says. They're not light.
I'm very familiar with them. I've moved them truck to truck. This is all I've used in the quarry. I'll be honest. Either these are Trailblazers. With the Trailblazers, the welding, almost every Trailblazer I've ever used compared to a Bobcat, the welding itself is not as good. Like I'm better at stick welding than I am MIG gun welding. But still, the Bobcat compared to the Trailblazer, easily the Bobcat, since it's a purpose-built machine,
where the Trailblazer does both.
Yes, you
welding
do have
and
the generator, which the convenience is great, but you are like in my eyes, you sacrifice a little bit of the welding quality. Yeah. But it's still a very good machine.
Again, if I was just like
for the
spot welding and tacking stuff in place, sure, this thing.
Well, not to mention, you also would need a suitcase to run off of a Bobcat, which is another $2,000 to $3,000 by the time you have that set up.
Apparently, what the heck's the name of this thing?
It says 500 pounds. That seems light.
The ESAB.
They're not crazy.
Yeah, I suppose. Either way,
can burn up to 33 electrodes on a single charge for the 4 12 amp hours. What's a E6013 electrode?
6013.
Yeah.
6013 is like your starter welding rod.
It's the easiest to use, very typical size.
Right. Yeah, it's a very standardized rod.
So not anything crazy. And it can do stick and live TIG.
Yes. So live TIG, when you're TIG welding, there's 2 ways to TIG weld, basically. Well, 3 if you count AC, but everyone hates AC. Fuck AC, unless it's perfectly clean. You use AC TIG welding to weld aluminum, and aluminum's a pain in the ass. Unless it's perfectly clean and perfectly fit up, which then it's actually not bad.
Like clean room style shit.
Yeah, so the majority of TIG is DC current still, where TIG aluminum's AC. So there's 2 versions of it, live TIG, like you were saying, and then an actual dedicated TIG machine. Like our TIG machines here are dynasties. They are high frequency start, have pulse control. You can take an SD card and load a tune into them and adjust every parameter to within millimeters. You know, the live TIG, which is just running it off of a stick welder. In order to start it, you have to scratch your tungsten to light it, just like you would a stick.
Yeah.
And then it only turns off once you pull away.
Gotcha.
Where on a high frequency machine,
you can actually adjust your frequency.
The arc will jump.
Yes.
So you don't have to touch the material. It will jump to something without a ground clamp on it. It'll jump several inches, and it's kind of fuzzy feeling. It's weird, but that way you're not wearing out your tungsten by scratching it, and you have a foot pedal control where this is probably just live, so you can't adjust your voltage or your amperage. With a foot pedal, the harder you push, the more amps come out. It's so you could press hard to get it to burn a puddle in and then let off and let it cool back down a little bit, and kind of you get to work with it with your foot instead of just here's 140 amps, that's all you get. For welding pipe, you set it and you run the whole length of the pipe, and you're not going to notice a temperature change that's crazy enough that you need to adjust on the fly like a foot pedal, where if you're doing like a corner joint that's 6 inches long, by the end of it the material's hot and you're coming to a corner and it'll just melt it away if you don't ease up a little bit. So like all of our TIG machines, most of the time I set a pulse. So it'll do a hot flash and then cool off a little bit and hot flash. Usually like 1.5 pulses a second. So it's kind of a pop, pop, pop. It never turns the arc off, but having those features is super nice.
Oh, well, yeah, because it's material specific.
You're getting more heat. You can get a lot of heat for 1 split second to melt everything, and then pull the heat back so it'll cool off a little bit. So you
can also focus on your technique and how you're actually laying down the weld, whereas like with my MIG, especially with how shitty my Jeep is doing the stiffeners.
You could never TIG on that.
Well, no. But what I'm saying is like I control the puddle, but I have to do it like there's no stopping. I don't have that foot pedal to regulate it.
When you're
I just continue to burn. Yeah.
Yep.
If it's getting thin, I try to hold the puddle on the thicker side of the metal, like the stiffener itself, rather than the frame of the Jeep, which is just thin sheet metal.
Because when you're MIG welding, you're always putting down material.
Oh, yes.
As soon as you click the trigger, it's adding metal to it.
Yes.
So your control, TIG is the most precise control you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Because your heating element does not add material.
Nope.
All it does is melt. So in theory, you could just melt a seam together, add a little filler, or add so much that the puddle clogs up and shorts out. Like, there's so much control within a TIG setup.
Yeah.
That's why it's one of the harder ways to weld.
Yeah, you also have 3 things going on as opposed to MIG, which is 2
you have a
realistically.
foot-
You put your finger on the trigger and then you control the puddle from there.
Yes.
Whereas TIG, you have
Pull up a
left
generic.
hand, right hand, and foot.
Pull up some Dabs Wellington.
He's so fucking sick.
That dude's fucking awesome.
He does a lot of good work, but here's a generic picture of a TIG just to
Yeah.
people have seen welding on TV, so I'm just gonna run through them real quick. Here's TIG. You have your torch, which just melts. You have a filler rod so you can add material to it, and down on the bottom he's got a foot pedal so he can decrease voltage. Or amperage, not voltage.
Yeah.
That way you get really fine control. Like he's welding thin wall pipe here, like for exhaust tubing. Like it's got a nice shiny rainbow color because you're not overheating the shit out of it. You're not making sparks everywhere, anything crazy. It's very nice.
Precise control.
People TIG weld without gloves on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think that's crazy as someone who TIG welds all day.
But you can also, like, 99% of them use very thin gloves.
I use extremely thin gloves.
Yeah, tinner's gloves, realistically.
Yes.
Like, it is the thinnest, most, you have a lot of dexterity
You have
with
a lot
your
of
hands,
dexterity and a
which
lot
is
of
really
grip.
nice. You don't need a lot of heat protection
Like-
because you get to control the heat.
Yeah, if you drop something wearing a pair of like thick
Oh,
my
MIG
God.
welding gloves,
You ain't picking that shit
you're
up.
taking your gloves off every time because you cannot
Like stick
grab
welding
them.
with the giant, like the typical giant welding gloves you're thinking of. I can grab like very thick welding rods. They land on the
Occasionally.
ground. I'm like, and I just struggle there for 10 seconds. I finally grab it. Now it's all dirty and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate this. And I jam it back in the stinger and just go to town.
Yeah. And then, here's MIG welding. You have a gun that feeds wire out constantly. As soon as you hit the trigger, it's feeding. The wire is what's arcing and melting.
Yeah.
So if you see, there's some test welds next to it. See how it's like, these are all the same machine on the same plate, but you see this one's sunk in nice. This one's sticking up weird. This one's fucked. Like,
that is very bad.
If your settings are wrong, there's nothing you can really do other than try to move a different pattern or try to, wiggle around a little bit. There's no control compared to TIG.
Do you want to go to my Jeep picture I sent you?
I can
that,
sure
if
do
you can
that.
zoom in on that, you should probably be able to see the heat.
Do you want me to
stiffeners.
zoom in on it? I've seen your welds.
They'll look good from this far away.
Which one do you want? This guy
that
right
one
here?
probably.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know if it'll be able to pick it up, but you might be able to see the heat.
We'll try to zoom
dissipation.
in. Well, you ground everything.
Oh, that
so
was
you
before.
can't see
Oh, that was
anything.
before I welded them. Never mind that.
Yeah, you didn't take a picture of after.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm almost positive, but yeah,
That's
I
fine.
like I said, I was gonna show like you can definitely tell the difference in heat because some welds they're shorter, so there's not as much heat out into the middle of the plate. Whereas like the longer ones, there's a lot more heat pushed through the plate. Whereas if it was all TIGged, it would almost all be very seamless, like color lines.
I'm working on it right
through
now.
all the
Hold
steel,
on. Let me
and it'd be
pull
like I
this
said, it'd be a
up.
lot easier to see that.
Yeah. Here's the color that you're talking about. This is called a heat affected zone or has. You can see where the heat is not affecting it, where it's still nice and shiny, and you can see as it gets hotter till you get to the center of it.
And the reason that TIG usually looks as good as it does is because you have that control, whereas MIG, like I said with mine, like it depends
It's point
on
and click.
You get what you get.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean it does look okay because it's like pretty colors and like most of it looks decent.
A good MIG weld's
These front
still good.
stiffeners were a lot better than the back half because the back half was way more rusty.
Yeah.
But it's also still cheap Chrysler frame junk steel.
Right.
But yeah.
Pull up
like I
just
said, the
some
color
examples.
control is definitely interesting.
Yeah. So compare that little, average picture to something like this. Like,
Yeah.
this is what TIG welding is known for, is weaving pipe, where it's perfect colors, rainbow, and each color means a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a heat scale. Just like when you heat anything up, it'll change from silver to gold.
It's just your
Different
level of heat.
colors of flames as well.
Yes, same idea.
Met your.
As you get hotter, it fades from light to dark to then to gray with this.
It's just your level of
oxidation.
Oxidation due to your increase of heat.
Right. So technically, you actually want like a perfectly like light gold or maybe a little bit of pink. Like technically, according to some book somewhere, this is too hot, but it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's But TIG's one of those things. That's where you get your crazy cool colors when you're doing race cars and shit. You get titanium exhaust gets crazy color like this. You know?
I do see that. The ESAB welder, I do see that being very convenient.
There is a specific use and a specific market.
If there wasn't a specific use, they wouldn't have built it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I can see
like a trail welder in the back of my Jeep.
Man, that thing be
and
awesome.
there is a lot of things in the market for like you basically have battery leads. You hook up 2 vehicles on the batteries, and then you basically have a stinger off of that, and that's what you can weld with on the trail. Or portable style welders. There's plenty more.
I've thought about grabbing one just for that.
It would be. Realistically, if I drove my rig,
if we weren't trailer wheelers,
then absolutely this is a must-have.
Yeah.
If not, then it's just a ruined weekend until I can go find somebody with a welder.
So this is literally a case with a spool of wire in it.
Yes.
So you can attach a MIG welding gun to your battery essentially, and use your batteries to power the assembly.
Badass.
Yeah. This setup's like $400, and honestly, it's not bad.
Wow. I didn't know they were that cheap. I thought they'd be more.
They're really not that bad. No, this is one of the more expensive ones too. Like, there's some that are like $1,000 just because, but they're actually not that bad.
Yeah, I've honestly never even. I've thought about it, but like I said, I'm not at that stage of wheeling yet. I don't have the rig to really drive it. Like, if Ultimate Adventure is a thing in my future, or something of that style where you're actually doing road miles, either making sure somebody in the group has one of those or buying one of these for myself,
or just having one
absolutely would be nice.
It's nice to be able to fix things when they break, not like band-aid it and then break something else on the way to fix it.
There's some baler wire and hopes and dreams.
We've done worse, but no, there's a time and a place for portable welders. What it is, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
It depends, and especially with this being very new too, it's going to be expensive for a long time.
They've had ones like this for a while, where it's like you'll charge the whole thing up, take it out, do like one weld, and you're like, okay, that's all I needed to do. Take it back.
Yeah,
when it's not worth dragging out a generator and then running MIG leads. You just
and again, when I did first see this, I was like, that's fucking stupid. And because I showed Nick this last week, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If I just needed to tack something together real quick, so like let's say I was putting something together at home.
Right.
And I just tacked it together to just drop off to you and just go finish welding it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because
great.
you don't have a 220 outlet outside.
No.
So in theory, you'd be limited to 110 welding, which works.
Yeah.
It's not great.
You're just like, hey, like this needs to fit into this corner specifically.
Yes.
Like, I'll tack it. Here you go. You know?
So,
or like you're working at a tower site and you've got the fence is broken, 200 feet from the building.
Yeah.
You're like, I got to call a guy to bring a generator and a welder and a trailer back here, and you can't get back here. Or you're just like, oh, fuck, grab a little suitcase, go out there, zap, zap, zap. Oh, fuck, keep the coyotes out.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Right. No, there's a time and a place for it.
Speaking of tower sites and other things, I may or may not have a job for us come spring.
Okay.
By us, do you mean me?
Yeah, how many of us?
Oh, fuck all of us.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I opt out?
If I'm getting paid,
No.
sure.
Damn. Okay.
No,
What are
but
you doing?
it'll be fun.
Okay. Well,
I
your
don't know.
definition of fun and mine are-
something is out at walls again. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it keeps digging everywhere.
And you want me to put my
it's like a
Spotify
mole.
playlist
Sure.
on.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that groundhog.
So we're gonna come there on Saturday afternoon and just hang out until we kill something.
Yep.
It's
Fair enough.
If it's a mole, I heard
It's
this.
not a mole.
Oh, it's not?
It's
Okay.
big.
I heard this a while ago. I'm sure there's zero truth to it, but I've heard it, and I'm going to tell you guys it.
Okay.
If it's a mole, it will come up every 2 hours on the dot. Like
okay.
at like 2 o'clock. At every even hour, it'll come up.
Weird.
I don't know if that's true at all, but
That's
I swear
that's something you hear from an old farmer.
somebody said that once, and I'm like, fuck it, okay,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. There's plenty of knowledge like
So you
that.
you don't waste your time at 1 o'clock looking for it. You're like, fuck it, I'll come back at 2.
Yeah,
That's when they come up.
Interesting.
I'm sure there's no truth to that, but it's neat.
Yeah.
Guess
Okay,
you really
fair
can't
enough.
prove them wrong without getting a mole.
Exactly. And if you're getting a mole, then you're happy. So what's the difference?
But other little work stuff. If you want to go back to my.
Not
folder.
really. What do you want here? Left or right?
Go to the first one. So Tuesday.
Tuesday, innit?
Tuesday.
Close all this
isn't it?
other stuff.
Snow.
One of my STLs, which stands for Studio Transmitter Link. Basically, it sends the audio from the studio to my site.
Right.
It broke.
It broke. It did.
And I looked up the date of the manual when I was trying to diagnose it. It's from '97.
Oh, so
it's as
a
old
spring
as
chicken
us.
still.
Yeah.
Well, old as you guys, you old farts.
Hell yeah.
98 gang.
And so I had to go out to the site at like, I think this was around like 10:30.
In the
It took me 18 trips to get in and out of this building because I couldn't drive up it.
I mean, you could have drove up
No.
Those are just snowmobile tracks in front of it, right? I mean,
okay, so if you actually zoom in,
I will try
and see just a little bit, you can see that was the Subaru when I came out.
Looks fine to me.
And I was sideways through most of it, and then almost
and then you got
maybe
a little bit more snow and it drifted. And
and then the county came and plowed and stuff. And then you want to go to the next picture? Because this is kind of funny how I kept 2 stations going for a week. Just with some computers.
And you're using the grounding strap as a mouse pad.
Yeah, basically. I need to go in there and kind of clean some of that grounding up, because if you zoom in on that corner.
Which corner? This corner?
Yeah.
Like this shit right here?
Look how gross that is.
That's when you bring your portable welder out.
No.
Just TIG weld that back together.
I have to. Fuck TIG welding. I'll just braze it.
I love TIG. No, that's what TIG welding is, just better.
Yeah.
It's for grown-ups.
That was fun. That was my bullshit this week at work.
Fun.
Nice.
Everything fucking decided to break.
I mean,
Andy, do you want to update us on your bullshit?
Yeah,
I've
had a hell of a lot of bullshit. It's mostly been just yesterday and today.
Okay, but how much of it is self-caused?
None.
I don't believe this one.
Okay.
Second.
No,
well,
you can't tell
it
me
depends. Like
last week,
I
the
bought
UPS
my truck,
was,
but it's just truck problems. My house, I bought the house, but
that's
everything I'm trying to do to the house is not my fault.
Allegedly.
My job absolutely sucks. But we'll start with what happened yesterday.
Yeah, pick one.
Okay.
So yesterday I had to go to the vet with Blue. So
Bum leg.
Yeah, his are hip shots. No big deal. We do it every
okay.
month. So I got off at noon, got home, let her out. I'm like, I'm gonna go run up to the bank and talk to the bank about building this shop, because I want to talk to my bank about a home equity loan.
Gotta have my bank call your bank, and then your people
I
can
have
talk
so
to my
many
people.
banks. I'm ready to just get rid of every loan and every account and have one bank that I do everything.
Just go to
'cause
Nick's
I'm sick
bank.
of it.
I was gonna say, go to the place where it's the best place.
We'll
to
get
borrow.
there.
Oh no,
It's
your
in my
balance
head,
is
trust
now
me.
0. Computering error. Oh no.
It's already 0. What do you mean?
Yeah, it can't be less than 0.
Yeah.
No,
It could.
like all your
It
loans
can.
and stuff.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
But
Yeah.
so I go to the bank. I talk to her. I left basically more confused than when I came in.
That sounds like home ownership to me.
No, it's just she keeps referring to a second mortgage, and I'm trying to keep one single home equity
Oh,
loan.
so she's trying to jip you.
She wants the money, like she wants to make the bank money off of having another mortgage.
A second
out.
mortgage is probably what most of those people do. They're like, yeah, just take a second one. It's
Yeah,
fine.
and
and you're trying to avoid.
I've tried to explain this to her. Like I was in there for probably at least 45 minutes minimum. And just talking about like, hey, like these are my plans. You know, I want to use the money out of my home equity to pay off my truck. That frees up $600 a month to pay on this shed upgrade and new mortgage, or however.
Basically, to put 600 more onto the mortgage.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and it's my mortgage is going to go up because I'm planning to build a big shop. It's going to be under the mortgage, whether it's through home equity, starting a whole new mortgage from scratch.
Essentially, you're planning on
something.
improving the property value,
Yes.
and rolling those two
together into one.
The cost of the improvement and the current mortgage into one super mortgage,
as well as possibly even having my truck as collateral, because they'll buy out the loan through the other bank I have that loan through.
If
Which
you
would
pay
be
off the
nice
loan,
to
then yes.
consolidate some things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd want one big payment a month to focus on. That's it.
Yeah, instead of
and
like 6
it took
smalls.
her a long time to figure that out, and she's like, okay, yeah, we could do that, this and that. Try to figure it all out, and that's okay. This all could change because I need to go over to the city and talk to them and say, hey, do you guys have a base? How big of a garage I can build? Is it 30 by 50? Is it 100 by 200? Yes.
Stuff.
Your
Is there a
restrictions.
city-wide blanket statement of you can only build this big?
Getting that stuff
Or
is
is it-
such a fucking pain
or is it
in the
listed
ass.
per neighborhood?
Well,
or,
no.
you know,
Technically, it is 30% of the backyard. I'm like, well, I don't have a backyard. My yard is to the side of my house. It runs from one street to the
So
other.
no limitation.
no.
Realistically,
No,
no.
they're gonna-
Like
they're
there is
gonna
no
screw
front
you
of
on
it.
it.
But they said
There's no written limitation. That doesn't mean they won't try to screw you later.
I can also get. She said it was like a vacation, I believe, or something else with a V. It was a weird word.
Yeah.
She also said a vacation on something. It was going over an easement, which apparently I have in my yard too, which I'll get to in a second.
You have
Okay.
an easement?
But anyway, if it is bigger than the 30%, which is what that 30% also includes my current 2-car garage.
Okay.
Okay.
So that sucks because realistically, I wanted two separate.
Your yard is a good amount of square footage, though.
But you'd be using the same square footage because wouldn't you be tearing down the
your
old
total
garage?
Total
space.
garages.
No, he's
period.
keeping the old one.
Yes, keeping the old one and putting a second one up.
Oh,
so the one's gonna go next to the house.
Oh,
not over by,
okay.
So realistically, I have to keep that total number under 30%. If it goes over, I just have to apply for a permit, put it in the paper, have a community meeting.
Yeah.
And then if anybody opposes it, we either try to figure it out then, or if nobody does, continue on. I get my permit.
Right. Basically,
It's like a variance meeting stuff.
It's an eyesore meeting. It's if it's going to block out the entire neighborhood, and
which realistically it won't, because my neighbor's garage is like 16 feet tall because
But that's not square footage.
No, I know, but his property already sits probably 3-4 feet taller than mine because I'm putting my garage in the lower area. His literally sits 3 or 4 foot taller.
Well,
so
you're putting it in the lower area now. By the time you pour 4 foot of dirt to get it level, it'll be higher than the house.
Yes, but my plan was to have my garage almost or a little bit taller than his, so it's not that crazy looking. It will look big from one side, but from the other side, it's going to be up against his garage. It should look very similar.
If you trim the bushes, it'll look bigger.
You're not wrong. But so
I was trying to come up with a joke for that.
Yeah, size wise,
size doesn't matter.
That's not the big problem. The big problem is
it's a small problem.
The big problem is I have technically 2 parcels in my lot.
Sure.
Because there's either an easement or an alleyway that runs through the middle of it. Guess where the alleyway is? Exactly in the middle of where I will put a garage.
Is it in between the house and garage?
No,
is it that strip there?
No, it is in. No, that is not it.
Or is it sideways?
It is
the other
in
way?
front of my garage towards the street.
What?
If you look at my yard from the top view, it is a rectangle and then a triangle up towards the second street towards my garage side.
Right.
The reason it splits like that is because that either old alleyway or easement or water pipe, whatever it was,
whatever it is, it used
to my neighbor I talked to, she's been there for 60 years. She's like, I have no clue what that was. I'm like,
see, and
that sucks because that means no one else is gonna either.
Well, and that's like the same thing by my house, because technically my property line basically runs, if you're facing my front door and looking on the side, right where my AC unit sits is basically where
is the end of it
is where my property line is. But I have a 12.5 foot easement in between there.
Yeah.
So
which
it's like
goes to nowhere.
Well,
but it's there.
When the town was older, that was because technically the street on the corner was where the trolley and train and all that shit ran. The side next to it was
the
road. Went from
a road to
it was
entrance.
Like
a building.
Split businesses from residential, and so everything was there.
It was a thing 60 years ago.
Yeah,
and now it's not.
It's not.
But it's still marked on the map because it has to be marked on the map. Otherwise, it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to figure out. She also said I could get an overriding on that depending on what it is.
You could technically buy the easement out, but if it's not in use and couldn't be in use, aka the curbs are there, which
the problem is it's not even on the curb. It
bisects your property.
Yeah, it's down the middle of it.
Yeah.
So
I'll pull it up just for us. That way we can, because we're not going to show your.
So that doesn't make sense why that's technically still considered an easement.
Because it hasn't been classified as not an easement.
Yes, but that should be easy to reclassify it as your property
because nobody's planned to build. And the problem with mine is you can see it. We will see this on the map.
Yeah,
I live in basically a triangle shaped area. There's only 3 houses in between these 2 streets. So it runs from just the left side of that's somebody else's
house.
That's
not yours. Wait.
That is.
It is.
Yeah.
Go back to the other house.
This one?
Yeah, the garage there, the left side of that garage. It runs from the street there up in front of my garage. Keep going. And then over to where their driveway the other person's driveway entrance is.
Over here?
To your left.
So wait.
Oh, to here.
Yes, it runs from there diagonally.
Oh, I see.
To the other.
It cuts off this triangle.
Yes, it's in front of my garage. And if you see that, that's exactly where my garage is going to be put.
Yeah.
It's really it sucks. Quite literally, this easement is in the middle of any size garage I build will be in the middle of it.
Unless you build it on this half the yard, which
sucks because I would have to kill my giant oak tree, and I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you won't love it when you have a garage there. It's way better, but also getting in and out on this street is gonna suck.
Oh yeah.
Because this street is somehow narrower, and people street park where the other street's wide.
Yeah,
open.
That should be so easy to overturn that.
But it's just more. It's more.
It's
shit
another
on top
thing.
Of
Trust me, I know how this was.
So yeah, my whole yesterday, I was just like, every plan I had is out the window until I get a call on that easement, which they said was today or tomorrow.
Welcome to city planning, LaSalle County, baby.
Yeah.
Now, if you lived in the country, or if you had over a certain amount of dollars invested in agriculture, you'd be farm exempt, and you just do whatever the fuck you want. It's great.
We could move the chickens to your house.
I'm
farm
thinking
exempt,
about selling the
bitch.
house again because this is all just bullshit. Even more.
Correct.
But yeah, like it's all just shit.
That's how, especially building in town. That's how it has to go.
If you need help with that, I can help you because I went through all this with the bullshit with my neighbor of well, that's my grass and no, it's not. It's the easement's grass. Quit fucking cutting my grass.
They were mad because you were mowing the grass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though that he had no problem with it when I tilled my entire front yard, reseeded, aerated, and
but that was your yard.
No, that was the entire thing.
I don't know if you can call it reseeded when there was not grass there to begin with. But
I still tilled it all up.
It's so much better now.
I'm so happy with it now because it's so long.
That's what she said.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
well,
zoning,
fuck that. That sounds like a bitch.
Yeah, zoning.
Been there, done that.
Absolute
it's
debacle. Size of garage, absolute debacle. I went from a 30 by 50 in my head to a 36 by 54 because that's on Menards' website. It looked really nice. I'm like,
is that the one you sent me a picture of?
Yes. No, that's the one I built on
Here's
Menards.
Which
is
a little
a
piece
40
of
by
advice.
80. Yeah.
Get in touch with the city and get their zoning and whatever.
I talked to the lady.
You already did that.
Get the book.
Oh, okay.
They should have everything, the code book,
okay.
because then you can find loopholes. It's
Fair
a
enough.
pain in the ass to read through, and it's all bureaucracy bullshit.
It's a lady who's probably almost 60 years old. She was nice as hell. Like,
that's
I
nice.
talked to her for probably 10 minutes, and she's like, it's 30% of your yard size, this, that. And like, she's like, well, you could do this and you could do that. If your neighbors don't like it, you have a meeting, a town meeting.
Because these restrictions are written for a residential 2-car garage.
Yes.
That's what they're designed for, not for the extreme cases.
And that's why I walked in there though. Cause I told the bank, I'm like, this might go out of the window if they say I can only build a 30 by 50. Cause that's a pretty big garage.
Yeah.
But I want a 40 by 80. Because I have the room for it, and it only makes it. I'm only going to spend this money once if I'm even going to stay here.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
So,
what do you mean to pull up here? We can talk about one of these.
Is
it this guy?
Yes, I built the Menards. So this was my
Maynard's.
This is my design. I mean, this is exactly what I want. From left to right, it's a walk-in door, 12 by 12 door. Mm-hmm. Then the 2 windows in the center. There'd be a divider wall in between those, dividing shop. Shop is on the left. Cold storage / apartment is on the right.
So like finished, or
workshop, just dirty nothingness. Right side is finished.
Is
cold
clean,
storage,
clean
vehicles. And apartment side. Yes.
Okay. Now, did you talk to the city about there being an apartment in there?
No, because I'm probably going to do this in phases, which I believe is what your boss did. Which is what it was. It's cold storage to
you. You build a cold storage building. Yes. You build the shell. That's it. You don't apply.
And that's what I talked to the bank. Like, that's what the bank knows. That's what the city knows.
You don't apply for electrical or plumbing or any of that stuff.
Yes.
Everything after that is a renovation. Which you do not need a permit for a renovation.
Yes.
You need a permit if you're going to build. If you're building a building with electric and water and sewer, and every one of those has to be inspected as it's built. So you have to call the inspector time and time and time again. Yes. And it's like, none of the stuff you're going to build will be out of code. It's like, the electrical is not going to be sketchy and shitty.
I want it to be nice because I'm going to live there. But yes.
When you're going to build the shell first anyway, no matter what you do, you go, here's the shell. They're like, fucking looks good to me. Writes the stamp. Okay, you're good. Yeah. After that, you just do it all yourself. Other than septic. Septic, you still have to get inspected. Don't even try that.
Don't do your fucking septic.
You cannot buy a septic tank without a job number.
Well, I'm on city anyway.
Yeah.
So.
You can't just drill into the city.
Well, yes.
The other shitty thing that I've unfortunately seen a lot of now with I DIY'd my septic is they go and buy those shitty poly tanks and they don't put them deep enough in the ground, and when it rains a lot, they float and rips their entire plumbing system out. And you know what happens when you fuck up a leach field? Poop. You can't put it back. It has to be virgin ground.
To dig it all out and put fresh dirt in there if you were going to redo it there.
You
can't.
basically have to move it to a different spot. You have to have hard ground up underneath.
Which, depending on a lot of people's lots, you can't. You
can't.
chose that reason for you chose that area for a reason.
You don't
if
get
you fuck it up, then that's it.
You can't have a do-over there. There's no room.
Yeah. So, like I said, this was my planning on Menards. I just built it out as fully as I could.
Their little builder tool is so nice.
It actually was, yeah.
Doing it on a computer and not a phone makes it super nice.
Yeah, I think I tried it on my phone once. I'm like, this sucks. But yeah, this was just my roughing of everything, and entire cold storage shell was $44,800 or $400, something.
Yeah, $470.
Realistically,
Sorry.
$45,000.
45K?
45,000
For the whole thing?
That's a bare shell.
That's hold on. How many? There's 2 on the front, 4 on each, or 2 more on each side, and then 4 on the back. Windows.
Yeah.
2 walk-in doors, a 12x12 insulated door, and 2 8x9 insulated doors.
Yeah.
Which insulated doors are fucking expensive.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, all the tin, all the.
Is that a metal roof too?
No, shingles.
Why not a metal roof?
Yeah.
Because that's what that gets. Like, I
This
probably
was just
wouldn't.
built
I
into the
probably won't
builder.
buy the doors at this. Like,
Fuck no.
I'm not going to take a loan out
Hold
to
on.
buy the doors.
What you do is you buy the building. This is Menards, right?
Yes.
You get 11% rebate.
Oh,
you
yeah.
buy the building.
Yeah.
Get your rebate from buying the $40,000 building.
Exactly.
And use that $4,400 to go
But
back
my
and buy the
builder
doors.
tools, since I wanted to see this in pictures, the builder tool
Yeah.
was this entire outside shell.
It's-
But when I
yes.
go to order, I will tell them I don't
Yeah.
want any of these doors because that's probably $8,000.
Oh yeah,
garage doors. There.
it's the same thing as my shed builder. It does not have everything, but it has 90% of everything.
It's very good for thinking.
For
about
I
it.
have
generalized
used your guys'
stuff.
shed builder, but you only allow a 32-foot truss. So I couldn't do a
Yes,
40
because that's how
without special
big
ordering
the-
it at least.
yeah,
which I
they-
might be able to do, but
you
I'm like,
can't.
okay, fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah, the
we
jigs at the
are-
factory are only so big; they will only do so.
hey
big.
man,
I mean,
them motherfuckers are innovative as shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
we're
you're
going
not
down in the spring. I
Yeah.
could maybe see, hey, my buddy wants to literally build
But
a barn.
it will not be cheaper than Menards trusses. I
No.
can guarantee you
yeah,
that.
and that,
No.
I have priced out multiple times through your guys.
Because you're gonna have to barbecue out for all the boys coming down to build it.
Yeah, no, it's
So yeah.
doing it from Menards is the cheapest way you're going to get it done.
Yes.
Now you still have to build it, which
Yes.
is a lot of work, but
Yeah.
especially setting 40-some foot trusses.
Hey, just remember, 2 years ago I did Jason's roof, and I only do roofs every 5 years. So
doing a tin roof is so much different.
I fucking hate doing. I'll fall off again, and this time it'll kill me.
No, it's a really short pitch. It's not.
Oh,
steep
is
at all.
it?
It's the
Well,
shortest one available.
Technically, the pitch didn't. I didn't fall off the pitch last time. I was putting shingles on, and I kept scooting backwards, and then I fell off. the
That's
edge.
your own.
Yeah. With
Look,
tin-
man, I was in the zone.
Yeah, but no, I did the shortest pitched roof, made most flat essentially, because it'll make it look and be less tall. So in a residential, it'll only help
Yeah.
that.
Well, and there's your building height is already so high, you don't have to add a 12-1 pitch fucking roof for no damn reason.
Unless, like, if you're doing scissor trusses, which is what we have in here, that's why the roof
Yeah.
pitches. The truss has 2 separate angles in
Yeah.
it, and you get more head space in the center.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
if you're going to put a 14-foot door on the end wall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could get away with that with a shorter roof height because
Yeah.
you get that extra space.
yeah, but for this is totally
Yeah, this is
inadequate.
14-foot walls.
with a 12-foot door.
Yeah, with
12-foot
one
doors enough for most things.
Yeah, 12
if
by
you get
12.
If you get a full size like big dog RV camper,
Oh,
it
no.
will not fit through there.
Yeah, no.
Like,
No,
you're-
realistically, this is like, it's deep enough I can I will back the trailer in, but it'll still stick out. This is with my current trailer.
Yeah, with the truck and trailer hooked
Yeah,
up.
truck and trailer on it would be
Right.
most likely fine. The camper probably wouldn't. It'll be damn close.
Oh, it'd fit. It'd be plenty of room.
It's already on wheels.
It's like 11 and a half or 12 foot. It's close.
It'd be fine.
Height wise. But yeah, width wise, I'm like, yeah,
12-foot wide
leave
is, yeah,
2.5
minimum.
feet on both sides is perfect to, finagle it in there.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, for backing a trailer and you don't want to go 12 foot is not a huge door. At the
oh
end of the
yeah,
day.
like I said, it's only 2 foot on
No.
either side is not a ton of
not
plus,
a
Power-
wiggle.
plus my weird driveway it would suck to try to
Yeah.
back it in. So
Yeah.
Well, and think about it this way: our carports that we do, the biggest door I can order normally
Regurtly.
off of our building program is a 14 by 14.
yeah.
Yeah, which is a good
That's
size.
that's
door.
that's
a
big door.
damn good size door.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
if you're putting a
shit.
semi through it.
What's that guy going towards Mendota on 251? He's got He's got the aircraft style door.
Oh yeah, they split in the middle.
Yeah, those aren't insulated.
No, it doesn't split in the middle. It's the lift up.
Oh,
it's the hydraulic.
one hole.
thing.
Okay.
God,
Yeah.
I'm so fucking jealous of that barn.
Yeah, but you know what else you can do? Sliding barn doors that
Yeah.
are like super cheap, and you just
Yeah,
roll
I
them
know.
out of the way.
Yeah.
They just suck.
Hey man, when you got the money and you can write it off.
I'll say my
fuck it.
grandpa has a split door hangar style, and
Yeah.
it's already backs his semi and stuff
Other than
into.
it's stupid slow.
Yeah, well, he put a new motor on and it helps. Like the original motor was from like
It was so slow
the
before.
late 80s. Yeah,
Ooh.
he put a new one on the last couple of years and it helped a ton.
And if you
Things
wanna-
cooking.
and like new springs and everything, he's like it changed the door and it acts like the door isn't heavy anymore.
Yeah,
Which
probably
I'm
what-
sure in the 80s when he put the original motor on, it was like, oh, this is great, it works.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, this is
Fuck
is
this. You're
nothing
wasting
now.
my time.
The
Yeah.
problem with those doors is if you want to open it at all, you're
Yeah.
opening it all the way. There's
Yes.
kind of there's no stopping it.
Correct. But yeah.
But yeah,
so-
I like the design. I think.
yeah, that's
and
what I've always kind of pictured. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
oh,
that is
God, my
nuts.
headphones
Oh, that
messed
picture's
up.
tiny. Jesus Christ. Why?
Tee-hee.
Why do you even upload
Yeah,
200
that is
pixel
that is
images?
just the whole panel goes from vertical to horizontal.
Yeah, it pushes the entire door up and
Yeah.
out.
Big old hydraulics.
Yeah, that's a fucking ginormous hydraulic cylinder.
Yeah. That's like a 4-inch
Fuck.
cylinder.
Imagine rebuilding
God.
those.
Curtis from Cutting Edge Engineering does it all the time, and it's fucking so sick to
Is
watch.
that the guy who's
Is that the tank top dude?
No.
With
Yeah,
curly
that's
hair?
who I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
No.
there's a
Dude, that
fucking-
guy's nuts.
There's a TikTok clickbaity douchebag looking kid.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
not
he
him.
rebuilds hydraulic
put
cylinders
like
and
a
he just pops up all the
30-foot
time.
breaker bar on it to break the seal nut loose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's always
And he's
got
just sitting there
fucking 15.
bouncing on
he,
it.
Honestly, he is a pretty small dude. I bet he weighs maybe 150 pounds.
Oh yeah.
No.
But like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking funny.
Curtis is like a super normal guy.
Holy shit, that's a big fucker.
He works on big stuff sometimes. Why are these pictures terrible quality? I hate it here. Wow. Yeah, he posts super cool videos. They're like 45 minutes, and I'll watch every Friday one comes out.
I love a good.
Well, if you remember earlier this year, you shared a video of cast iron spray welding. That was Curtis. You showed it on here.
Oh yeah.
That's him. He does super cool stuff. He's rebuilding his crane right now. So he's taking he got the engine out, every cylinder off, and all the axles out.
Interesting.
It's sick.
Hell yeah.
And his yard crane's just dope. Look at his yard crane.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he does some.
I've
good for
oh,
that
It's an
guy.
international. That's cool.
and he's in Australia, so stuff's weird. but,
yeah.
like,
I saw something on the
Dude.
images.
Yeah.
That is a weird.
I
fucking
want
rig.
one.
Isn't it sick though?
That
It's
thing's it's
neat.
like hot rodder style almost.
It's because it's using
Yeah.
the entire tractor as the counterweight.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's,
Yeah.
That's
And he's
that's
currently
really cool.
rebuilding this
Yeah,
one
that
right now.
is what I'm used to.
A friend of
Old junk
crane.
like that.
Yeah. He's rebuilding he's got the whole boom apart, all the cylinders. Already took these ones apart, got the engine out of it. Like, it's sick.
I don't know,
does
I'll tell you
much
what,
cool
though.
stuff.
If I ever can't sleep, I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, but he does like the no voice restoration videos of just random shit.
Stuff that he took outside and spray painted brown and then starts cleaning them off.
No, it's like actual stuff.
A lot. I love seeing when people get caught doing it fake.
Oh, yeah.
They'll bring in something that's like steel and they paint it green. It's like, hey, that doesn't rust green. Like, you're clearly faking this.
And like fucking immediately just out, dead, sleep.
So it literally bores you to sleep.
No, it's I think it's the like machine shop.
It's not
sounds.
like
It's
not
not
stimulating your
yes.
brain. It's just kind of
It's just-
background
it-
watching.
It's Midwestern dipshit redneck white noise.
Speaking of random white noise YouTubes.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys seen the guy that makes a knife out of fucking everything on the planet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love
like
that
Kimiko
dude.
Japan or whatever.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
He'll make a knife out of milk.
What was the one that he did? Was it?
I'll say I want to say there was
It was
one
like-
very popular one that I watched.
Oh,
and I kinda
he
know
said he
about
made it out of carbon, and he took like the bully bones, like dogs chew.
This guy.
And he soaked them in water, and he took the water out of it, which had the cartilage of the bone material in there, and then he burned that to make soot, and then compressed the soot, and it was a really cool kind of a neat thing.
I'm gonna try to pull it up. Just
Knife out of carbon.
While you do that, I'm gonna get a drink.
where did this guy's channel go? I don't know. Either way, he'll make a knife out of literally anything.
Yeah.
And it's actually they always end up sharp. Like one of these days, it'll just pop up and it'll be
Knife out of
Yeah.
gelatin.
Kiwami, Japan. This guy, he just builds the wackiest
Yeah.
fucking stuff. Let's go to popular. Sharpest meat knife in the world.
Meat.
Like literally, will make a knife
Sharpest
out of.
candle kitchen knife.
Go to most popular. like sharpest cardboard knife in the world.
Yeah.
Like these end up fucking sharp.
Oh, the bismuth one. That's
Like,
neat.
Smoke.
Oh, yeah, that was the one I was talking about, smoke.
Yeah, he would light a candle and scrape the smoke,
The
soot
carbon
off there
soot off.
and turn it into a knife.
God.
Jello.
Yeah.
Like all of these are sharp. Like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like it's cardboard
this
or whatever.
reminds me.
Milk.
I forget what the hell his channel name is.
But yeah.
But this guy basically started off in stone. I think his channel name is Make Everything or something along those lines. Let's see here real quick.
I'll see what I can. This guy? Make Everything Workshop? Making
maybe?
a vise from a nail, restoring a drop deck trailer.
No.
How to make everything? I don't
How
know.
to make everything. That's it.
Oh, where'd it go?
Back down.
HTME. How to make everything.
So this guy started off in like the Stone Age and moved his way up to like Obsidian. And
he's like evolving over time.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Every
kinda sick.
video he like moves up in age. So like chocolate from scratch.
As you would do it
cast
in
obsidian.
3000 BC.
Copper
and
from
2000.
scratch. Yeah. And it's very interesting to watch how kind of things.
Yeah, primitive iron smelting right here.
Yeah, yeah.
From 1000. Yeah, he's got a timeline 1000 BC on these. Like interesting.
yeah.
So it's not like put it in your fucking modern forge. It's like here's
no.
how you
No,
did it.
like
back then.
he
Yeah.
8,000
in that time
BC.
period built that forge. Yeah, the wheat beer one. I remember watching
Caveman
that
bread,
one.
4000 BC.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
There's a new
that dude's pretty cool.
There's a new rabbit hole to dive down. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Just what I need is less time
If
to
you
do
want
stuff.
old school car content, I cannot praise Junkyard Digs enough.
Oh yeah,
It is like I want to get an old car with a carburetor so fucking bad right
Same.
now. It's like
same.
it is. He's
You
all
wanna go
long
splitsies?
form.
I'll go splitsies.
No,
I don't-
you don't
I
want to split
just got into
cars.
money, but I don't.
Got
I
into
can't
money. That's one way to put it.
yeah.
You got less than broke for a week.
I
I know. I got my vacation check.
I know,
I
for
want
a
an
week.
old school V8 with a double barrel carb that just screams.
But I'm telling you,
is
like-
that so hard to ask for?
Yes.
So
please stop asking.
all of his videos, like sometimes they're car adventures, buying stuff out of state, driving back. Just
Yeah, been there, done that. Don't care.
well, he makes me want to do it even more, which is You guys might be over it, but I want to do this shit.
It's
for
not that
a
I'm
fucking
over
living,
it.
but
It's
that I keep getting screwed on it.
well, yeah, for poor Andy or for poor Brandy.
Brandy?
God damn, Brian's sake.
how much
You know what
alcohol
was
you been
funny?
drinking?
A lot. Once I remember when we got done with the Washington trip, we're like, okay, let's start playing the next one. You're like, I'm not doing this again.
like,
and we were both, me and Andy both were like, Brian, that's okay. You'll get the good car this time.
I did. My car's
did.
awesome.
You did
got
get
the
the
best
good
car.
car.
I just
but
got.
God
but,
forbid
man, you got
title issues.
fucked at the
I
end.
never
Yeah.
would have imagined title issues
No.
would have fucked you
Oh,
that
look at that
Well, hey,
Plymouth.
since we're talking about it anyway, let's talk about that thing.
Okay.
So the
What's the scoop? What's happening?
so
What's
the
going
Honda
on?
Fit,
Yeah.
it has basically no title, as good as no title.
Yep.
Yes.
So,
it's only
race
good-
car status.
It's only good for being a race car. So what I need help with is determining what it needs to look like to be a race car.
well, we need some aero. So
Well,
a wing.
no. So here's the car currently, just for anyone
Okay.
who's
You're talking.
uninitiated.
You're talking about like old school, like marble design work.
We're gonna look through some examples.
Okay.
'cause I've been
Oh.
doing some things.
Okay.
Yeah.
My goals are beyond your comprehension.
Please tell me that you have a Marlboro pick in there.
Oh,
'cause
I was-
that would
I
be
think there
fucking
might be
awesome.
one.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to actually travel and do a legitimate rally, not just RallyCross. I'm assuming
What do you
Wisconsin
mean
might have
legitimate
some
rally?
like rally stages.
Do you know of one, or are you just saying
That's
words?
what I'm saying. Is like we'll probably have to travel.
There's not much actual rally in
I know
in the United
like,
States.
Maybe Colorado, maybe Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a local rally and get this thing dialed in first.
Oh, fair enough.
You
yeah.
know,
But like basically my big send off with the Subaru is gonna be like, okay, if I officially start to kill this thing now, it's stage rally.
yeah. So
Fuck, I'm down.
what I'm planning on doing is called RallyCross.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically hot lapping a rally circuit
Yep.
by yourself. You don't need a cage 'cause you're not racing door to door. You need a helmet and stuff. But the class that I'm aiming for would be stock.
Which is like entry level.
So there is stock, prepared, and modified. Stock is like, this is a stock ass car with fucking tires.
stock parts.
Like, here's the checklist for the stock program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, are all the wheels within OEM spec, basically within a half-inch of OEM width, 10-inch or 10 millimeters of offset,
Which is fair. Okay.
almost impossible to find
OEM to the
aftermarket.
car or OEM to the brand?
OEM to the car.
Okay.
Like, are the
I didn't
tires,
know if you could like put other brand, like like a Civics wheel rather than a Fit. And
Yeah,
this and that,
no,
you know.
it's got to be like within the
That's
factory spec
you know,
for that
it's,
car.
It's loophole racing. You only ever win because you find the best loophole.
Right. It's like, are all the tires valid DOT tires? So no, like gravel race tires.
Yep.
Are all the shocks unmodified or mass-produced replacements for that specific year, make, and model with the same number of adjustments?
I gotcha.
So if they made a race variant, I would have to have all the parts to make it a race variant car to have those shocks. I'm allowed to add a package, but I have to have every single part of that package.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't just have the shocks for the suspension package of a specific.
It'd be like going from a V8 Mustang to a Cobra.
Yes.
Like you can't only add the supercharger. You also need the IRS, and you also need the official 6-speed.
It has to have that full package.
Yes.
Yeah, but basically it's like, is everything on the car stock? Stock air filter location, you know, you're allowed to pre-filter it, but like,
well, okay, that's fair.
is the battery the same size and in the same spot? Like, everything needs to be stock. There's very little room for wiggle. This is not the rules list. This is a checklist.
But
Gotcha.
I looked through the rules and it's pretty on the nose about what you can and can't get away with. So I can't add any crazy arrow or anything, you know.
But you can add a pretty cool design.
So I can't add a design.
Yeah.
And that's
Stickers add horsepower, and that's not illegal.
That's what I need help with.
I do love me some motherfucking stickers, let me tell you.
So instead of trying, I just had an AI draw me a bunch of cars.
Oh, okay.
And
I mean, instead of Googling shit and saving what you want, it makes
because
sense.
Well, instead of sitting hours upon hours in Photoshop, dragging and dropping colored squares.
So obviously none
around.
of these have like brands on them.
Yeah, but whatever.
We're gonna look through them anyway.
You get a rough
Let them
rough idea.
rip.
So this first one is an actual car that actually exists.
Okay.
It is the Spoon Racing Honda Fit
Oh, yes.
or Honda
Oh.
Jazz.
Oh, fuck. I
Yes.
kind of like that.
That is almost identical to the livery on the BeamNG Spitfire, I believe is the name.
Because it's this design.
Yeah, but it's not copywritten. Yeah.
Spoon Racing, they race Hondas. They build Honda engines. Like in the Fast and the Furious,
They name it specifically.
they are ordering Spoon engines.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole like got T66 turbos and Spoon engines because Spoon builds race cars for Honda.
Yeah.
Within, close to a stock spec.
And
kind
Hector
of, but-
and his gang of friends all drive Hondas.
yeah. So
So it
I
kinda
would
fits.
I would have to throw some variation on it because I don't really care for this white jiggle line here.
I would want more of like the Advan, like those
Yeah.
little decals. I'd run them all the way down your rocker.
I would probably-
and, like maybe up on the fender even. Too.
So
Try
you're
to
telling
move
me
the
you're
line.
going to buy a Cricket?
Nah, fuck, I'll spray paint shit. I'm
Oh,
taking
okay,
cardboard
fuck
and
it.
cutting holes in it.
I have a Cricket you can borrow. Kidding me?
you would need to. There's
Does your mom
so
not have
much
one with all the
cutting
craft
of that.
stuff?
Yeah, I thought
Does she not have like a nasty plotter?
No, but my sister does.
Oh, okay. Either way.
Well, okay, my
You got the hookup either way.
You know what's 10 times easier?
Oh,
Cardboard,
wait,
Cardboard
and
no,
spray
paint.
paint.
fuck that. I
And you know
got a
what's
hookup
easier to
at,
repair when you bash it off a tree?
spray paint.
Spray paint.
Yeah.
Which actually, what I was debating is like, do I just get a projector and point it at the side of the car and like trace the lines?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not
Or
bad.
do you
Get
know?
like $100 shit projector
Yeah.
and just like
do it.
try to get the angle.
Hey, my
close
mom
enough.
works at the school. She might have one that
They
they'll
have one of
just
the,
give
Oh,
you.
yo,
clear
Yes,
transparent
she
sheet
literally
overheads.
will, yeah.
I do have
yeah.
a hookup for our local vinyl place.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna spray paint everything.
I know.
I'll get
Don't get me
stickers
wrong, yeah, it
made
would
with
be
like
nice
number
to vinyl
and name and
things,
stuff.
but yeah,
But
we're not going
I
for
don't know.
nice. We're
But
going
okay,
for
all
good
right.
enough.
So we
I got a whole bunch
spoon.
of stuff here. So this is the only like this is one of the few like real pictures that I actually found. This is another real
yeah.
one.
That kind of goes hard.
This is one of the newer Honda
Rallies.
Jazzes, technically, is what they are overseas, but it's the same thing. This is like wide body and stuff, but
Yeah.
this is an actual Honda brand. Like,
We could wide body yours.
no, we
I can
can't.
Go, I can go.
Not
Oh,
with an
not in
OEM.
stock
Not in
class.
stock class, you
damn,
can.
you
Shit.
can't even bolt on like fender
You could put on
flares?
bolt-on flares within a certain spec, but there's a whole
I was gonna
ass-
just buy pool like an old
Like,
plastic
old kiddie
pool
pool.
and fucking just self tap it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
I gotta have something to rip off in the pits.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta put it
Yeah,
together
when
so
something
when
starts
it breaks.
dragging and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I
See,
gotta look professional and rip this off. Go, go.
This is the funny part of kind of all this is have you ever seen like NASCAR when they get a little body damage and there's that guy with the dead blow and he's just beating
Whacking
the
it.
shit out of
Dude,
the like
jump
quarter
on the
panel.
hood to
Yeah.
slam them
That's
down. And
me
and
in
all
this.
It's the speed tape. They fucking just
Yeah.
tape over
Here's
everything.
your $250,000 race car. Hammer
Beats the shit out of it. Yeah, that's me in
in the pits of this.
pits.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
And then
hypothetically,
communications because
yeah.
that's my
So that's another one of
specialty.
like the real-ish
Okay.
ones. I think
I like it.
I think now it jumps into AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Toyota.
It's a
Yeah, it's a something or other.
I like that.
the white on red. Do you like
Yeah.
the color scheme or the layout?
I
Because
like
there's a lot of-
both.
I saw something else down your previews. It was
don't
multicolored.
you
I
be
like
looking
that.
ahead.
I've
There's-
seen things like that before, and I like that.
I have a couple of favorites in here, but I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you guys see what
I
you think.
like
this.
this.
I
So
like
far,
It's
this
not
is my favorite.
Bad.
Well, you've seen,
can
like,
you do
two
hood
things.
vents?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I was saying
You can put fake
I
ones
like
on.
I like the breakup.
How it comes
in,
around it.
and also just kind of the breakup in the giant red
Yeah.
panel for
Yeah,
the hood.
it's not one color weird. But
Yes.
like it's got.
and if
cool,
they
like,
also
louvers
like
and
if you
stuff.
do some shitty
Do-do.
aftermarket,
do-do.
hood louver,
Yeah,
then you can also do
the
kind
paint
of
can come off of it and
Yeah.
look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like this. For AI, fuck, that's pretty.
yeah. That's what
This
I was
is-
going for.
Oh, yeah.
The '80s retro style colors
I do
are
like
absolute
80s
bangers.
retro.
Like there's something about the pink, yellow, blue,
Yeah.
like
And
random
teal, yeah.
color block style. Like
Yeah.
that's
still-
what
I
This
still
is what
like
I
the red
caught a
one
glimpse of when you were picking
so
a
far.
picture. I was like, I love those colors.
this
They
is
look
that
so good.
that this is one of my favorites right here.
Yeah.
Like it is. It's so
Those colors
abstract
are-
and crazy. And you're just like,
I'm gonna custom order you a windbreaker to match with your driver's number
Hell
on
yeah.
it, dude.
And we can
get them
spray
all.
paint
We'll
his
be the
helmet.
crew.
Yes.
It'll be the fucking crew.
just be full. I love how the AI just like throws paint in front of the tire. It's like, I don't know, fucking
It's
figure it.
active arrow.
The car's
It's
actively
active
crashed.
arrow.
The car's actively crashed on this corner. Like
We'll have to buy, the brand duck tape, not duct tape. It's
With
the
the duck- with the
colorful,
duck
like
on
cheetah
it.
print duct
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah.
We'll have to buy rolls to match this and like
To fit the patch pieces in.
Yeah, like whatever shit's falling off, we
Oh
just
my
patch it with the color
With more
matched
tape.
duct tape. Yeah.
yeah. So that's one of my favorites right there. Just the crazy block.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This thing's
Oh.
just sick.
That's pretty cool.
That's
yeah.
fucking
That
tits.
reminds me of like early 2000s decals
Yeah.
and stuff.
This is like Need for Speed.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Underground 2 decals.
Like-
absolutely.
yeah.
Like mountain range in the car.
Fast and
Yeah.
Furious Tokyo
two.
Drift.
No.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Too Fast
two.
and Furious.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like mountains and random. Like this is
Yeah.
hard to copy,
Oh yeah.
but it looks sick.
I like that.
Yep. Do we know anybody who does any sort of good spray painting?
Me.
Well,
I'll figure it out.
I mean, as far as like
what's-
actual art, if you have something
Man,
to copy, it's
all it
probably
is
okay.
is masking
exactly.
tape
Yeah.
and plastic.
in theory,
You
if I
can
get
do whatever the hell you
if I
want.
just plot it on the side of the car, trace it with a Sharpie,
Yeah.
and then paint it, make
Yeah,
it look
yeah.
good. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like
Also,
graffiti style.
I know
art
a
where
lot of
you're,
people
like,
who like
doing
draw in sketchbooks and can like paint with
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
paintbrush. But I didn't know if we knew anybody with like actual.
Ideally,
spray
I'll
paint.
overlay it over the actual car
Yeah.
picture, and I can get all the dimensions skewed right. Like,
Okay.
I'm like, oh, from this door handle to this part on the body is this
Yeah.
part of this color.
Yeah.
I
Or we
gotcha.
just eyeball the shit out of it.
Yeah, that
you know.
too.
I mean,
That would be easier to replicate than that red
I know
one.
this is
Yes.
kind of weird. My mom can do like the graffiti spray paint tagging pretty damn good.
Well, we
Okay.
might have
We
to.
just have her
we might
do
do
that.
She might be a consultant here.
Yes.
This is so. This reminds me
I
of
like
a Harlequin.
this. Yeah.
The
Okay, I
Harlequin
see.
VW.
Where each panel's a different
That
color.
also could be a thing.
It could be, but I want, like, when you see it, you're like, holy fuck, what is that? I want
This
to be-
hurts my
Yeah,
eyes.
Harlequins are kind of like, oh, I get it. Whereas this would be like, it's like
Hold on.
Steve's Jeep. It's bold.
I could call it the Honda Quinn.
There we go.
Damn. I hate it, but that's actually pretty good.
I'm still kind of digging the '80s windbreaker as the
I
matching
do like
crew
that.
and
So
everything.
Oh, we could do the old school cup logo. You know what I'm talking
Dixie
about?
cup logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pull up the
Wait,
hard-
what?
The Dixie cups, like
Not
the swoopy.
vaporwave, but
The white, blue, and pink, like,
Yeah.
cup.
Yeah, with the black
Decal.
zigzag in
You
the
know the
middle.
one.
oh, jazz. That's what it's called.
The '90s swirl cup.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
saying?
The
yeah,
paper
yeah,
water
yeah.
cup. Yeah.
That would be fucking funny.
This is a Harlequin VW.
Jesus
Yeah.
Where
Christ.
they just made so many parts. Like, what if we just put them on the car differently? And
Yeah.
like
And they
these
sold
are.
a couple thousand of them or something.
I would have to do like crazier colors than this, though. I'd get
Yeah,
like
you do like
neons.
neon
Oh,
green,
hot
neon
pink,
blue.
Yeah, hot
Like,
pink. Yeah.
What you do is you go buy ground marking paint and just only
Oh
use
my
those.
Oh, yeah.
god!
It's like the brightest pink and
Fuck
the
yeah.
nastiest orange.
Hey, at least it'd be easy to touch back up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have the cans in the pit crew.
Yeah, we're not gonna get rid of
Yeah.
them. Let me pull up.
Oh
Yeah, I was like, this has
yeah.
been done.
I
Okay.
have
Hell
that
yeah.
on one of my cars in Forza. I have
For,
one.
Forza. Yeah.
My
Oh,
Focus.
hey, hold on. Let's appreciate the good quality photo for a second, guys.
Honestly, yes,
actually
this is
really
a
good
full
quality.
size picture. Like 1552s, fresh.
Yeah, Focus.
But it's like,
Fresh as fuck.
I don't think this is overdone.
No.
But it's like, oh, you're doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to paint the entire car white first, which isn't the end of the world,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but
it gets done a lot.
Fuck white cars.
Actually, while we're talking about it, you guys talk for just a second. I'm gonna try to pull something up.
Andy,
Didn't
I gotta
know.
leave early.
Leave
Oh,
what do you
okay.
mean
No,
leave
it's fine.
early? Like
Okay.
today early?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
dropped my truck back off. Oh, another thing I can rant
I
about
don't
later on is my truck.
Well, you might as well just talk about it now.
Okay, so yeah, dropped it off for the final part of the recall.
Yeah.
Which
For the
Allegedly?
fourth time?
I don't even fucking know anymore.
He's lost count at this time.
Is it this
Last
guy?
night when
Hold
I
on.
hooked up. Oh yes,
Time
Time Fox.
Fox.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
make
But
it
anyway,
to a good picture.
real quick, my truck.
Quit looking at it and listen to the
Yes,
story,
fucking
damn it.
Listen to me really quick. So my truck, I dropped it off for the recall. Yesterday when I hooked up the battery charger, I opened up the door. There's water on my floorboard. I'm like, okay.
What the fuck?
Like I was like, okay, like I was in it a couple days ago. Like maybe there was a lot of snow on my foot. Don't really know anything. Whatever.
Okay.
Look around. Headliner's dry. Whatever. Hook up the battery charger. No big deal.
Battery explodes.
No. Unhook it. Truck starts today right just before I leave. I hop in it and I'm driving down the road and my knee gets wet. I'm like, okay, so it is leaking.
Like
Where? I
something
start
is
feeling
dripping.
the
Out of the
headliner.
fucking dash?
No, the fucking grab handle.
What?
The grab handle on my A-pillar.
Bullshit.
I have a video of it if you want to pull that up really quick.
It's like the
That's out
I-
of all the places to
Where was I
leak
at?
and it
came
leaks
out.
there.
It came out
Oh,
of
it
the
came.
grab handle. Yes, it came.
pull that up real quick.
Nice reference.
Oh, I
yeah,
fucked
it's
up.
weird.
Oh, I fucked up.
What?
Hold on.
Oh,
the
is it the
fuck?
other program you
How
got
did
open?
they fuck that up?
What
I have
did
no
you
clue.
do?
I mean, I
Oh,
have my
damn.
cab lights, so
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
I'm assuming that's what it is. But I genuinely have no clue. And like I said, the entire headliner's dry. It's been raining for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Like the headliner's dry. It's only coming out of the out of the grab handle.
Okay. Well,
You can see the drop here. Like it's just.
Oh shit!
I'm like
I
neat.
didn't-
you know what it is? It's probably one of your cab lights. The gasket on it is
Yes,
leaking.
I'm assuming so.
That's-
But I'm like,
What the
I looked around.
fuck?
There's no water stains.
Nope,
It's all dry.
That's literally just dripping water out
Oh
of the
my
handle.
God. What the fuck?
I'm gonna look in the.
Did you pull
forum
the-
tonight. I'm
did you-
doing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
What
wasn't even
the
out of the bolt.
fuck?
It was out of the fucking little like tab that
Yeah,
holds
the
the
little
plastic,
plastic
piece on it.
cover.
Weird.
So I'm like,
What
I
the
don't know what
fuck?
the hell is going on. So I found that out as I'm finishing this recall. I'm like, I'm so fucking over this piece of shit,
This
dude.
shit
Oh
never
my
ends.
god.
Oh,
Fuck,
God.
I gotta call our local Kia dealer and see if I can get my work Kia.
You mean your
in,
Kia that might catch on fire?
Yeah, the Kia with the
Catch on
hydraulic
fire,
control
can get
module that will
stolen.
just, start on fire and then
Yeah.
people can steal it really easy, even though I don't know why people would want to steal that piece of shit go-kart.
Speaking of
but-
fire, let's look
Yeah.
at Time Fox.
Yeah.
This car is so hot.
Can we do underglow?
Yeah, that's fine.
I suppose.
Yes!
But this thing is like
Underglow, baby!
everything about this car is just gorgeous. Like every picture
Hot
of it
damn.
looks so nice.
This car fucks.
Yeah, wide body, Fox body with like,
And
The-
wait, hold on, go. Oh, that.
yeah,
That nice little accent pink,
pink stripe.
with that specific. It's like a chrome blue.
yeah. But you know the cool part?
Oh, that looks
4-liter Ford Barra. This thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, this thing's
Is he
fucking
from-
sick.
Okay.
I've only seen a couple reels.
Nice.
I've never seen or heard a raw
I don't know where he's from,
car of
but
it.
Does he have any videos of this
from?
like
Or
truck
well,
running?
it's left-hand drive. I don't
probably.
know.
Ooh,
I've seen it rolling and it looks great rolling, but I have
It's
not
so.
seen.
It's
I don't
so
actually
pretty.
know that much about this car.
He just
car.
finished it a little bit ago.
Yeah, no, it's only been prevalent for 6 or 9 months,
Ooh,
maybe.
So
If that
here's
even,
a
yeah.
here's a good thought. In stock class, can you remove the passenger and rear seats?
No.
Fuck.
You cannot do any excessive weight reduction.
Okay.
Because it needs to be stock. Unless you move up to prepared, which I could do, but
Well, it's better to start small. And
I'm going to
work way
race
up.
the stock class and win because I'm
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how that
You're
works.
number one.
I'm the best.
I did not know that was
around.
Barriswat. That's sick.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that thing's fucking sweet. So anyway, we'll go back to pictures of random AI generations.
That's an
Yes.
Evo.
I do kind of
ish.
like
Probably
this.
Subaru even.
It's
Probably both.
almost it's a between a Renault and an Evo.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah. Which I told it like draw me a modern 5-door hatchback rally car with geometric crazy, it's
It did a decent job.
a lot of these are pretty good.
Question: Who did you use for this image generation?
This specific one was actually used on Facebook's in Messenger version, Meta AI. You can
What
put
the I forgot they released
It's
that.
insanely decent.
you can do /imagine and make whatever, but
Oh, cool.
it's not as good as like GPT-4 or DALL-E full
What's
scale,
the
but crayon.
no?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
There's a lot of them.
There's one I've seen and it does pretty decent.
Mid Journey.
No,
Midjourney
it
does
starts
really
with
good.
an F.
F.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're
Whatever.
right, Mid Journey's like the art one, and DALL-E is like the realistic-ish one. But you can see this one like the top got kind of fucked up. But
It crashed.
well, because rally
do
cars
like
crash.
that orange and blue.
That's another like it's the spoon like high contrast colors.
That reminds me of the Laguna
And you
Seca
already
4GT.
kind of
Gulf
have
livery.
that weird blue.
It's my
So
car's purple.
Well,
I'm gonna paint the whole car pretty much no matter what, unless I find something that works with the purple.
so you're telling me I get to use a spray gun?
Cans,
Spray
baby.
paint.
Fucking,
I have that little quick attach for the
You
spray
have an
cans.
entire paint booth downstairs.
We sure
let
do.
Me,
Yeah, we're
let
gonna
me use the
it,
fucking
but we're
gun.
gonna use.
could I run the $300 SATA gun? Yeah, sure, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
cleaning out the
I
fucking
can
cups and shit.
I
No.
can get some spare colors from my dad.
Get automotive paint.
Yeah.
Get OEM like Subaru colors and stuff.
Yes. I'm gonna text him right now and be like, "Hey,
Well,
got
not
any
right
crazy
now. It's
colors?
9
Give
o'clock
me-
on a
give me
Thursday.
He
your
just texted me
Oh,
back.
okay. Like,
Give
hey,
me-
what's the
yeah.
wildest factory
Yeah,
colors
give me
you got?
like 10 pints of the most obscure colors Subaru makes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's like a lot of these. It's like it's either livery or color scheme. Usually not both. Because
Yeah.
like you can see the difference here. Like this one's kind of like mountains. This one's like blobs. But
Yeah.
that's like it's based.
Same-ish.
This is rendered off like the Gulf livery, the blue and orange.
Yeah.
This is an older. Like I typed the same prompt, but it's
Yeah.
I did like a retro style instead.
Yeah.
I like,
like
that
that.
black and red with the white.
This is like
stripes.
simple. Now I would have to like make up a brand.
That
obviously.
reminds me of like the old Marlboro.
This-
Except instead of red, it was the white, and
It
the
was
white
white.
was
Yeah,
red.
Yeah. This is the old like Lancia colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like-
yes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of this would be
like-
so hard to
I
recreate.
would
though.
like the really bright wheels on this. Like,
Yeah.
That's what makes this very good.
Yeah. It's like not necessarily the design or the colors, but just inspiration.
It,
Yeah.
it
Well, it
all
almost
just
looks
kind
like
of
bird wings on the front. Can we do a stupid fire chicken, like of some sorts?
No.
Just do like the
No.
retarded bird instead of the fire chicken.
What's the dumbest bird?
The dodo.
Penguin?
Dodo.
The dodo.
Dodo. Dodo. Yeah.
Yeah, just do like
Kiwi.
a dodo
Kiwi.
head.
They can't fly.
Okay, sir, the hood is like this big.
I know. We could. Well, that I would get a vinyl of. I would
just-
get a retarded dodo fire chicken logo, and I would vinyl the hood.
Yeah.
Mexico's
All the
flag
rest we
has a
could just
bird
paint
on
it.
it. We'll just paint the Mexico flag on it.
Oh my god!
Just some nonsense. This is more
Ooh,
Gulf-inspired
I
blue and
do
orange.
love the orange and blue.
The like ice white wheels
Yes.
with vibrant car color
Yes.
is such a cool.
It's very new metal.
Yes, this is limp in your biscuit right
Yes.
here. Like
It's
Fuck, his
it's
biscuit
downing
ain't
my
limp.
system
It's
even.
hard as fuck.
yes. This is another like blue and orange, but
See,
it's got a lot more white
I
in
still
it.
love that blue and orange.
Which one? That like first one?
Just
Or
I
the
love a
scheme in general.
vibrant
You love the
blue
blue-
and orange.
You love the blue and orange and the
Hey,
black
you know
and
who
white.
did that really well? The whole blue and orange accents.
Yeah.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Just throwing
No.
that out there.
Okay,
No.
half the race series is in Wisconsin, and they will not take kindly to folks
Oh,
like
you're
that.
not wrong. Yeah. It will
Yeah.
have to be like
I'll have
very
to be
high vis
Packers.
orange.
It
and
has to
teal,
be
not
vibrant
blue.
colors.
Which
Yeah,
is what I
you're
want,
right.
because once it's dusty, it'll block half the color
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking
Golf.
classic.
Yes. Classic red and bright blue. I'm trying to find bright color combos. That aren't, like,
yeah,
ignorant.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a race car after all.
I don't know how much
Well,
more
it's
it
rally
goes.
too. Ooh.
But you gotta
Nice
you
wing.
can't look at the car because the car is sick.
Yeah.
Like this
Yes.
wing's not attached to anything; it's just floating there. But
Yeah. It already has a wing too. You can see.
yeah, wing with a wing, it literally defeats the purpose.
Double wang.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, just trying to find crazy. So this
Ooh,
is
yes.
the HKS oil slick paint.
Yes.
This
Oil.
Yes.
This picture is terrible quality, but it's the like
Oil.
black car with blue and purple and
Yeah, bluish, greenish,
Teal.
and purple.
It's gonna be a bitch to fucking recreate.
and
Though.
all of these will be.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to look good though. It has to look good from a long way away.
What happened if we just did like Okay, so imagine. Okay, so like you have your John boats for duck hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we did a camo, but an all high vis neon color.
That's essentially what we're doing. Is just
yeah.
a geometric.
But you're
fucking
saying like do like hold a
splotch
leaf
pattern.
and cover. And
Okay, maybe not that much, but just like the whole, kindergarten cloud shaped.
Can we just paint it like a cloud and put a sun in the corner of it? Yeah. Just paint over the windows with a bright yellow sun.
Comes the sun.
I don't know how much more I've got. Okay, that's tires.
Wheels.
Tires.
Wheels.
So while we're here, I guess we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to run race prep tires.
Which is fair.
You
Right
are allowed to
stock.
run winter tires.
No,
though.
no, no. Can you cut tires?
No. Nothing other
Well,
than
hold on.
nothing
Wait.
other than normal wear.
How would they know?
Oh,
Because they'll
nothing
look at
other
the
than
tire and go,
normal
"Hey,
wear.
this is clearly
Yes.
cut."
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna buy tires brand new, put them on the car.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Hey, these are still brand new tires with the big sipings cut out of them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are what I had found. They're Sumitomo
Give me enough shit wheels,
Ice
I could
Edge.
do
Basically,
it.
the most aggressive snow tire you could find.
The closest to a gravel pattern.
oh,
Ooh,
okay. Okay.
Wait a
lot,
minute.
A lot of snow tires are like V-tread almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These have blocks in the center.
Okay.
Could you
Nice.
technically order the spikes and put them in?
No, that's
No.
against class rules.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a studded tire. And that's against the class rules.
Oh.
Has to be DOT, and they're
yeah.
Oh,
Spikes are
not
not.
DOT.
Okay, that's fair.
Spikes are non-DOT.
I was like, now wait a minute,
Yeah.
because technically these have the holes
These
for
are-
I'll say,
spikes.
I was trying to jump on the loophole of this tire is a DOT tire, or snow tires
Okay.
are. But if you cut them, then you're 10
you're-
times better.
Here's
Yeah.
here's the
Yeah,
other thing
that
too.
makes sense.
Did they have a rule book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you print that out or at least send it to me? Because I'm gonna start going through and finding.
There's
fucking
not
loopholes.
a lot of loopholes.
Really?
Like they talk about like sway bars.
There
and stuff.
also
Oh, shit.
Oh,
there
It's
is
very-
also a lot of hillbillies in Wisconsin who this is their
Bastards.
local league, so like surely they've thought about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any like they're on like year 7 or 8 of this. Like so they have a pretty good understanding of how to
Yeah.
cheat.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you
the-
just win.
The first 5 years of
Oh,
this,
yeah.
I'm sure is when
Is
all
all
the
just
cheating,
cheating.
was figured out.
Because it's like every year they put a new rule book out. So
Oh
they have
yeah.
Yeah.
sections in red of like here's what we changed
Yeah.
for this year.
Hey asshole! Remember when you did this last year? Don't do it again this year. Is
Yeah.
essentially
you're
what
fucked
the
if you
new
do this
the
again.
new amendment.
Yeah.
is,
Hey, you won last year. We gotta fix that.
Mm-hmm.
So and then here's the schedule for
Oh,
it.
yes.
So
yes,
it's
I
I was
remember
about to ask,
them.
where's this at? in Wisconsin?
Byron and in Adams, Wisconsin, which is just above Madison.
Okay.
These like
Oh, okay. So like
that's the
middle of
only
states.
places. So it'd be
Ooh.
it's only once a month.
So we only have 4 months to get this car together.
Well,
it's already
it's already
together.
stock. What you can't.
Oh, okay, I guess
We,
that's
just,
fair.
we
Well,
got, we got paint.
have
put
4
tires
months
yeah,
to
on and what?
paint
And
tires.
order a set of
Yeah,
tires.
it's literally like put plugs in it, pull the front sway bar.
Cold air intake.
Nope,
Like,
can't. It has to be stock location.
oh, you're shitting.
no,
me.
literally
Stock.
not.
Or
Really
you might have been
stock.
you might have been
All
grabbing
right.
a drink while we were talking about that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
stock location, stock element. It can have a pre-filter and that's it. Like
Yeah.
it's very specific because somebody's cheated these rules.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's literally Byron 1 month. The next month is Wisconsin. Byron the next
It's not
month.
bad.
So it's 6
That's not
events.
crazy.
6 events is the year basically.
Okay.
Sick.
I'm like, if I attend all 6, in theory, I could place like relatively well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I think the prize is not much. It's like $250
Well, yeah.
for first.
But I mean, you're having
You'll get a
fun.
trophy
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah,
something to
if-
put on your wall.
if I get last, it'll still be fucking
Yeah.
fun.
You're having
Yeah.
fun. You're putting that car they used before whatever
It
you
blows.
fucking
It's
plan to
like
do with it.
it's
Yeah.
like technically stock front wheel drive. I could race like Fiesta STs and stuff.
Oh, right.
yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
like other
like,
like,
I could get sauced on. Like
fucking 2000
Oh,
Elantras.
one of the fast
like,
guys is a Mini Cooper S, like the supercharged Mini
Oh,
Cooper.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
hell
I'm like,
yeah.
damn, that's a stock car, huh?
Damn, I would. If I bring the Subaru, it would be
You'd be
all-wheel drive.
and you'd have to be in prep because you have offset wheels.
I could buy a cheap set of stock.
We
You
could
could,
take
but
the shit box.
We could take all the
Yeah.
cars.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say, yeah, we should.
you could take the Fusion
But,
for all that
hey,
matters.
I would.
I can.
It's already
kill
got
my
a
car.
fucking
You will
dent
be
and
sad
paint
about
damage
killing
already.
yours.
Would.
No, I'll be sad about blowing this engine up and then having to replace
Well,
it.
that's when you do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's so. Long story short, it's been making a lot more clicking noises in the front end.
It's supposed to do that.
It's an
lately.
EJ25.
No,
it's
it's
the-
not the engine.
it's
I
the
have a wheel
bearings.
bearing going out
Oh,
now.
that's right.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
So-
yeah, Andy will bring the
I'm getting
XJ.
there.
I'll bring the red truck.
I'll bring the, yeah.
How could the XJ even be fucking?
It'd be in modified because you use
yeah, I'll
nothing.
say it'd have to be
Yeah.
the top, and it'd be terrible.
We'll put it in the UTV class and you get sauced on by like an
Oh
X3.
God, yeah. If they have the fucking,
They have a
UTVs,
UTV class,
shit.
yeah. You get fucking cooked by a fucking built Can-Am, but
Yeah.
let's see. What else do I have? Oh,
All right.
so this is interesting. Are you heading out?
Yes, with this I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
Understandable.
Mark still
right.
need to ride, by the way.
Yeah.
If not, I could do it, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
I just have to clear my front seat.
Oh darn. Oh. Well.
Oh,
Okay.
darn.
There's so much shit in there right now.
Anyway.
All right, well, if you're on
But
mute,
okay.
Nick's mic doesn't pick
Yeah.
us up.
Good day,
Thanks,
sir.
Nick.
Good
Goodbye,
day.
Nick.
Thank you for the ride
Of
here.
course.
Sorry we started way late and you couldn't stay.
I
don't think we have a ton left,
I
but-
had no idea Doug was in the ER, so
Ooh.
Oh.
Understandable.
that's what it was about.
I completely understand. You got to do
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
thing.
Get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, go do your thing. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could have left an hour ago. It's
Wish
okay.
him luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes. Anyway, okay. So when we picked
Clutch
up,
delay valve.
so you remember how when we got the car, like, hey, the clutch feels weird.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't
it's not
specifically
bad.
remember you talking about this, but
I somewhat remember
when
like
you
when I drove it.
When you
but
test
yeah.
drove it, you're like, it's not bad. It's just weird.
Yeah.
So Hondas and other small cars have a thing called a clutch delay valve. So
which
if you
means
it's
what?
essentially a shock absorber for the clutch. So if you sidestep the clutch hard and it jumps, it's got a little diaphragm, so it'll build pressure.
Yeah.
So it's
it-
kind of like a front
It'll
shock
always
on a
it'll
high-performance
always be a
motorcycle?
good clutch release.
It slows the clutch down just a little bit.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
that
that's
way-
basically like a hydraulic reducer for the clutch
It is
actuator.
because it's a hydraulic clutch. It's basically a diaphragm that
Okay.
holds pressure.
Okay,
Yeah.
So if you shock it really aggressively, really quickly,
it's still going to be the same output
Once
for
it-
the clutch hydraulically
once
pressure.
once the clutch is all the way engaged, disengaged, it's the same.
Yes.
But if you move quickly, it'll soak up that movement and then let it out slowly.
So it's
it's a delay. It's a delay valve.
well, it's a delay valve, but
A
how
clutch
would
is always
you-
tensioned.
yes.
Yes.
But
yeah,
so,
when you
like,
release it, it is returning the tension to its normal resting place.
In my mind, it would be what the fuck do you call it in a shock? They always have the cans on the side.
Oh, a
a
reservoir,
reservoir.
No, not the reservoir.
Yes.
bypass.
No. But in shocks, as
Yeah.
you hit down hard, it builds compression, but also bypasses a little bit.
Yeah.
So the compression is the same throughout the entire stroke.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you're hitting it.
Right. So no, if you
So it's kind of about the same.
if you take a shock absorber in your hands and go to push it really hard,
Yeah.
it'll only move so fast. The valving in it only allows so much flow.
Yes.
So you can push
Yes.
it as hard as you want, but it'll only move so fast.
So it's kind of almost like a non-Newtonian fluid, but with a. I'm not going to
You're
complicate
getting too far
anymore.
into it, yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
yeah. Imagine if your clutch had a spring on it. So if you let go of it too hard, it'll like slow down in the center and then close.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cars have that stock. That's why when we
like
picked
a-
it up, I'm
It's like a storm door shock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a dampener
you can
so that
throw a
throughout.
storm
it's
door
exactly like a
is-
storm door shock.
Yeah, you can
Where,
throw
like,
it as hard as you want, but it will always have some sort of resistance.
Yes.
But it'll also always close fully.
It'll catch itself a little bit and then close.
Yes. Yes.
So no matter how hard you hit it, it's a dampener in there that
Yes.
basically regulates the pressure to a specific
It
amount.
softens
Gotcha.
it
Bless
just
you
a little
like
bit.
5 times over.
Thank you.
Again,
I sneezed
maybe
3 times.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So when we picked up the car, I'm like, man,
Yeah.
the clutch does. It took a lot of getting used to.
Yeah, yeah.
Turns out this is why, because
Understandable.
there's a delay valve in there that.
Yes.
So if you sidestep it, you don't break the clutch because it's
Yeah.
probably about the size of a dinner plate or
Yeah,
smaller.
it's-
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not very
10 or
big.
10-inch round maybe.
So when you're driving on dirt and stuff, and you can just sidestep it because it'll spin the tire instead of
Yes.
that, you put in one of these, which is a delay valve delete. Basically, you just bypass it.
Yeah.
It's just a little valve on there, and you just put a different line to go around it.
Yep.
And
Yep,
there's
yep.
no rule against this, as far as I can tell. So I'm probably gonna end up getting one of these.
Understandable.
Because the
yeah,
clutch-
you're
Well,
still
and-
using the factory component, the
yeah.
clutch. It's
I'm
just a
just
matter of
bypassing-
using it better.
Well, and like
And it's a certain
even in the
in
concept
the spirit of the rule
of
book.
rule breaking, I don't really think that is making your
Hey.
car act as it should on
Yes.
the dirt.
what you do is you tape the ends,
And you
bury
fucking
it in
run it in dirt, yeah.
and then you just install it, and they'll never.
You just
know.
don't tell anyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other theory. Is like if they don't know, they don't care.
Yeah.
There's a spot on the tech sheet where you can explain if you have anything like weird with the car. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it has to have this because blank.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think this would be anywhere close to breaking the rules.
this is
It's
like,
oh
hey-
yeah, you have a delay valve delete. Yeah,
Yeah,
This
That's
would be like a
normal.
traction control
Yeah,
shut off
Yep.
or a pulled fuse or something.
This is
like,
so
yeah.
I don't
You're-
absolutely fuck my shit up.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to pull the fuses out of your. Or no. The whole system has to be present for the traction control, but you're allowed to pull the fuse to turn it off. but it has to still be functional.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can't like cut the ABS wire out of it.
Yeah.
And, like,
well, just like pulling.
Well,
just
why
like what
would
pulling
you-
the fuse does?
Right.
This is simply making it to where you can be harder on the car.
it turns it from the car trying to save you to you understanding you are
Yes,
now
Yes.
and like in
I mean,
that
you're not
case,
breaking rules as far as
why would you want to
modifications.
cut the ABS wire when you could just pull the fucking fuse?
because same thing, but like you can't
Yeah.
bypass the security of the car
Yeah.
for stock class.
If
Once
you
get
were
to
looking,
prepared modified,
if you were in the
fuck it.
modified and you wanted to get rid of
Well,
traction control, yes, you could pull the fuse, but you could
sure.
also in the modified
also
class
weight
you
reduce.
Could, you could take
Yes.
all of that off and help.
Which is fair, but
It just- it
again,
depends
in
what
stock,
rules you're wanting to break.
It's just-
I'll just pull the fucking fuse.
right. It's just you can't. And I'll read the rule book later. Like I've read it a couple of times to get kind of ideas.
How many
Yeah.
is it? A
No,
lot?
it's not that much. It's like
Okay.
I think I might actually have it in here. I don't know if
Well,
I
because
sent them. No, I didn't.
Not to go using a fucking time machine, but I remember back in high school when we were looking at
back
doing
in the day.
200 or 200
200 bang bang.
24 hours of lemons. We looked at that
lemons.
rule book, and that rule book is like 300 plus pages.
Well, that's also
This is not nearly that bad.
nationwide.
that.
and
Well,
it's-
that is nationwide, and a lot
There's
of
also
it,
people who race like full race series, so
Yes.
you have to bring over that
But
consistency.
I know
Do
a
you know
lot
that
of
good
it
rules?
was.
Did you know that Nationwide is on your side?
Jesus Christ! I know a lot of that rule book is your safety gear.
Yes.
You know, when you build the cage, the front of your driver sitting in the driver's seat cannot. Your roll cage has to be 2 inches
Yeah.
away from the helmet, and
You don't need a roll cage for this, so it saves
Yes.
a
Yeah.
ton
It
of that.
basically in 24 hours of lemons, it tells you how your roll
Well,
cage
again, those
should be
are.
built.
I mean, there's millionaires who do lemons.
Yeah.
And racing.
This is
that's
this
racing
is a
wheel to
Wis-
wheel.
this is a
Yes.
backyard Wisconsin.
Yes.
You know, it
This
started
is
with
rally.
it started with
This-
20 people
this
who
is
had
not
ship
track.
houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the rule book for stock class. We'll just kind of
Yeah.
scroll through it just since you guys are interested in it. Like, must be equipped as from the manufacturer with only factory or port installed options, as long as the entire package is present.
Which is fair.
Yeah. Tires must be DOT approved, not modified, not grooved. You know, retreads aren't allowed, so you have to have like legitimate real tires.
Yeah.
Get some ling longs or some big beefy boys.
Well, any air filter can be used, must be stock location, can pre-filter.
Okay, fair.
Protective equipment, including like you can mount skid plates and stuff, as long as it's not like
Crazy.
example of not allowed modifications. Oh, maybe vents aren't allowed. Okay. That
You're
not allowed
if
to-
it's fake.
you're not allowed to
though?
duck like brakes and stuff. Like you can't
Well,
cut all the
That's
bumper out.
fair,
and
but
redo
like
it,
putting
you know?
on the like fake shitty ass
Oh, yeah, those are
plastic
fine.
fake stuff.
like mud flaps must be flexible.
Yeah,
Like
okay, that
somebody
that makes
somewhere
sense.
had a reason this rule was written. I don't know what it is.
They had
like,
a lot of steel in
a
it.
steel mud flap or
Who
something.
fucking knows?
Maybe it blew a tire. You know.
Yeah.
Skid plates are allowed. You're allowed to basically make your own or have because you're protecting the drivetrain.
Yeah, in that sort of class, that's fair because it's like,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
may or may
bouncing
not
this thing
hit a
off
rock in the
rocks.
middle of this grass field and blow my shit, and then I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Roll cages are allowed, but I'm not doing one.
Well, especially in a stock class, you're gonna add so much fucking weight to it.
Yeah.
When we get up there, eventually,
Once I win stocking up to prepared
I'm
or
gonna
modified,
make you put a fucking cage in because
it's open course. It's fine.
yes,
but
but I've seen what happens when people roll their shit.
it's a
and it's
Honda,
not
bro.
Pretty.
I'm doing 20 miles an hour.
No, we're
My
putting. a
mom's already
cage in.
nervous for it. Additional hood and trunk latches are allowed, so it doesn't fall open.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
That's the
That's a-
aftermarket pins. And
Yeah.
such,
and that's a good safety issue.
Yeah, you can replace the radiator, but it must match the stock one. It cannot be smaller for like weight savings. It has to be at
Oh,
least the same
yeah.
size
Yeah,
or
but
bigger.
at that point, why would you want to go smaller? Unless
weight reduction.
well,
Yeah.
and unless
Better
your
if you have more
variations and-
cores,
your
but it's
cooling
smaller
system is
and-
already
yeah.
over-engineered.
Yeah.
Which Hondas probably are.
No.
Yeah.
Like the fluid capacity needs to be the same. Like
Mm-hmm.
half shafts can be replaced with aftermarket. Like
Oh,
Which
yeah.
makes sense because
You
you,
kinda
want them
have
to be a
to.
little bit stronger.
metallic fender well wheel liners may be modified or removed.
Okay.
Front lip splitters may be removed. Dress up items that don't make a difference are fine. Like
So like
clutch
the-
pedal covers and shift knobs and
knobs,
stuff. Like
yeah.
stuff
Oh,
that
okay.
doesn't make a performance advantage.
Steering wheel cover.
Yeah.
Or
That
like
might be a
the
disadvantage performance.
radio antenna up on top.
The
that
fuzzy
little-
dice.
Yeah, thing can be taken off.
Yeah, ABS or traction control may be electronically disabled but not removed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you can't
fair.
cut it out, but it needs to be. If it was
Pull
there,
the
it
fucking
has to be
fuse
present.
out of it.
Vehicle lights can be replaced. Any brake pads can be used. Fuel may be any type of unleaded ethanol, diesel, or biofuel.
Biofuel. We can run around moonshine.
Commonly available at the pump.
Fuck.
Alternative fuels must be pre-approved, no alcohol fuels or
Fuck.
nitrous oxide.
Son of a bitch.
Streeter? 110.
110 out the pump.
You can take a picture of the pump and be like, I have this available to me 20
Here's the
minutes
location.
away. I would at least take I would bring it up once you go there.
The problem is it
like,
won't gain anything because you can't tune the car.
Oh, true.
Any clutch disc or pressure plate may be used provided it fits. Makes sense.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything about clutch valving, so I'm good there.
I mean, you would almost think, like, you're considering they're
But again,
okay with other clutches, you using your factory one to a better
Exactly.
advantage,
Yes.
like it's almost the same rule.
It doesn't say you can't.
And
which
again,
makes sense.
that is
Yes.
such a minute detail of a thing to change.
That's to save the clutch. So that way
yeah,
when I let off,
that's
it
to save the
engages.
vehicle, not
if-
your time.
If they
Yes.
did have a problem with it, this would be 10 subsection A.
There, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it would have its own thing.
Well,
if it
and-
actually,
yeah, they would have already wrote it
you
in.
all know me enough. I will have this book out and highlighted, ready to go, and be like, "Well, it says right here in this
Yeah.
subsection
Oh, we'll have it printed out.
that I can do."
You know what
this
they're going to
legally."
say? Oh, so you know you're breaking the rule. That's why you have it
Exactly.
highlighted. now.
Exactly. Fix the rules, dickhead.
And that's where the rules come from.
So
I'm
then we're-
gonna
so
run
we-
it anyway.
So what you're saying is we only have a shot to win this series once.
yeah,
Yes,
because
we get-
next year we're going up to the next class. So fuck you.
Next year we're getting hosed on this. Exhaust from the cat back can be done.
Ooh,
it must
sick.
it must exit behind the driver where it's supposed to exit, basically.
Okay, so
like
But you can get rid of
Factory-
your muffler and try to tuck
Yeah.
it, probably.
yes. Yeah, I'll put it back where it was originally.
well, and from your ride height, I would suggest we at least do some skid plating up underneath.
the only thing that matters is the front, and that fucking.
Yeah.
I'll probably put an aluminum skid up there just to
Yeah.
kind of save that.
Well,
Yeah.
and again, you're on grass that's been
Dirt.
Yeah.
grass
and
that has been
yumps.
made into dirt,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
a random rock here or there. Or
Oh, it'll
something.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, the oil pan's high.
Oh, thank God.
This one, any wheel may be replaced as long as it's within a very tight spec. So if your wheel is greater than 16, you're allowed to go down to 16 because you're not going to race on a 22. That's just
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
if your wheel's 16 or less, you can replace plus or minus 1 inch. So mine are 15s. I could do 14s or 16s.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Wheel width may be increased or decreased by 1 inch. So mine are I think 5.5,
Yeah.
which means any aftermarket wheel is always 7 inches.
Ah.
So I'm screwed on those pretty
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
And this is where it really gets used. Wheel offset must be within 10 millimeters. My wheel offset is like plus like 55 or 60.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Every stock wheel is like 37.
But
Or
again,
every
this,
aftermarket wheel is
this does
37.
fall under. This is how this car came.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
like, it's a stock car. You must match the stock
Yeah.
stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Shock dampers must be replaced with unmodified OEM or mass-produced replacements for that year. No revalving, no changing. Like,
Fuck.
the spring perch must be factory mounted.
Ah,
Use the
God damn it,
the
man! They're fucking
exact-
getting me on everything I'm thinking of
exact
so
attachment
far.
method. Adjustable dampers are allowed only if the OEM unit was adjustable.
Mm.
Like, remote resis are allowed only if the OEM units. Like,
Shit,
yeah,
man, these bastards are getting me good.
they're good. One sway bar may be added, replaced, or removed.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
on these cars, people that race like autocross and stuff on pavement love beyond a shadow of a doubt adding a rear sway bar.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They're like, it's the greatest thing you
Well,
could
it
ever
helps
do to this
stiffen
car.
up the ass end of the damn thing.
Well, it stiffens the rear, which then lets the front do more work.
Exactly, which is what you want.
The problem is, I don't know if that's what I want for dirt.
Yeah.
I think it is. So there was a guy.
I mean,
who
worst comes to worst, you start how it is now.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy who
Well,
was racing
so-
one of these cars who like won his class many times. He was
Yeah.
in a prepared class, but
Oh, okay.
he pulled his front sway bar off and
Yeah.
didn't mention adding a rear at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'll probably start with what he did there.
And
Yeah.
see, here's the thing. So, how do they do tech inspections?
You probably pull up on a thing. They have a checklist. So the one I showed
Yeah.
earlier is their checklist.
Yeah.
So,
when you pull up.
like, if let's say we go to the first one and realize, okay, like we
need-
gotta we have to remove the front sway bar and add a rear.
we one sway bar may be added, replaced, or removed.
So you either add the rear and keep the stack front,
Well,
or
or
you
remove the
only
front,
remove the
but-
front.
One sway bar.
Yeah.
You'll have
one
to add a
front
rear or
rear.
remove the front, not both.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start with removing the front and see what it does. I think.
Yeah.
Well,
is my-
Because you
Okay,
can also
so-
bolt that back up and add the rear.
Let's
Yes.
say this. We show up to tech with the front removed.
Mm-hmm.
No, never mind.
Well,
Okay.
we can test this.
Well, yes,
I can
we
ask them
could.
when I go the first one. Be like, hey, can I add a
Let's
rear sway
say
bar?
we show
Yeah.
up to tech, and I'm guessing that they do a practice lap or.
You walk the track first,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you start doing your laps.
Okay.
You get 4 runs, I think.
Okay, so let's say in the first run we have the front sway bar,
Run
and then
it.
we go, this is not working. Remove the front.
Well, say the guy who won his class many times had it removed, so I'm definitely going to start there. I see no
Yes.
reason not to start
But-
there.
but
you
I'm
can
just
also put
saying
it back,
for-
and if you feel like you should add the rear, we
Yes.
can still do that.
For
as
the
well.
fact of removing it, are they going to allow us to have it removed upon inspection and then add it back?
one maybe added, or like I'm sure the guy. It's not like it's a crazy race organization. There's probably like
yes,
a couple guys
I'm
with
just-
straw hats.
I'm
but
trying to get as much as I can right now.
Yeah,
Damn it!
yeah. No,
They already took all my ideas.
It's very
away.
specific that one sway bar may be added or removed.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, like I'll probably just pull the front and see.
I would.
Any wheel alignment may be used, providing it uses the stock bushings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
Yeah, so you can't have crazy
you can get
bushings and
crazy
such.
caster bushings and stuff,
Yeah.
but you're not allowed to get beyond stock spec.
Yeah.
So I'd found somebody who had talked about how they did their alignment. And they're like, do this, it'll change this, add this,
Yeah.
do that, add more rear camber, more front, this. Like, he worked through all of it and explained why each one does a thing on dirt. I'm like, that makes sense.
Spare tires, tools, jacks.
I guess at this point you
removed.
build your car in automation and
Basically, already done half that. But
nice.
yeah, you're allowed, like, for weight reduction, like, spare tires, tools, jacks could be removed. Not.
Which is fair because
Yeah, no one really.
yeah.
needs
you're not
that.
going to need that shit.
Yeah.
And technically you could consider that, well, it came stock because I bought it that way.
Yeah. Audio components may be replaced but not removed. So you have to have radio speaker. Like, you can't strip the dash.
But like, in all honesty, if I were to remove the radio, leave the wire harness in, the speakers, leave the radio or the wire harness in, that's not that much weight.
But it's no
It-
longer stock.
It is something, I get it, but like,
it's they wrote it in here for a reason. Because somebody did something or like,
Somebody came with an aftermarket head unit. It's like, well, I still have it. All the speakers still work.
Yeah.
I didn't do this for weight savings. I did this because I already had the aftermarket head
because
unit in.
this is supposed to be a car you drive there, play
Yeah.
with it, and then drive home.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to trailer
Which is-
it,
especially
essentially.
the stock
which
class.
is fair.
Yeah, I just have to trailer it because I don't have a title, and
it's
driving winter tires to Wisconsin doesn't
Yeah,
sound like
fuck
fun.
that.
Yeah,
correct.
your TPMS may be disabled. It doesn't say you can't remove it, but altering the signals allowed.
That doesn't even matter for
no.
you.
No.
You may add one rear trailer hitch receiver that may serve no other purpose. So you could stiffen the instead of a rear sway bar, I can put a hitch on to stiffen the body,
Yeah.
but that won't stiffen the axle flex.
Yeah.
And that's what people love about that is like it stiffening the rear pushes the front end
Yes.
better.
Well, and then plus you could technically use the rear trailer hitch as a yank me point.
Well,
Yeah.
But
But it may serve
Okay.
no other purpose. It can only be a receiver. You can't like brace it to some extra part of the
Yeah.
frame, Factory tie downs are allowed.
Or put like 50 pounds of dumbbell weight on the back
Yeah.
of it. It's
Yeah.
like, no. It's
solid stock.
oh, yeah. Like or
yeah, build out a 2-inch solid. Like,
Yeah.
make it, but like complete or removable hitch is allowed provided it does not reduce weight compared to unmodified. Like as long as it's not like you're cutting the rear half of the frame off to get rid
Yeah.
of it,
Yeah.
Oil catch cans are allowed, that's fine. And
Yeah.
removable hard tops, whatever.
Yeah.
That's more like for a Miata or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like the
Interesting.
that's the generic stock class rule book.
I mean, 22 rules,
bad.
that's not horrible.
It's not bad.
It's very specific and kind of
Well, this would
fucks
be like
my
me,
ideas up.
you, and about 15 other people made this series. Like it's
Yeah, it's like
that's
hey,
how it all started. I'm
like,
damn sure.
Like what makes a stock ass car? It's like, well, this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go through
God, I
these stock
can't wait to
tech
get started on
forms.
this one.
So here's like your stock checklist. It's the eligibility disclosure form. So this is like you do this by yourself. And
Yeah,
like,
this is before you go to tech.
This
to
is
make
what-
sure that this is not a blatant violation of the rules, and I'm going to get told to fuck off right out of the gate when I get there.
yeah. Are the wheels the right size? Yes. Are they real tires? Yes. Like, are the rotors and stuff stock? Yes. Like, is the exhaust forward from the cat stock? Is the ECU or anything programmed? Like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like these won't all just be yeses. You can't just like look through it because it's like, is the ECU in the program? Or no, I guess it is stock, not modified. So yeah, it would still be a yes. But are the differentials stock?
Yeah.
Differentials and their controllers.
Yeah.
So you have an ELSD, you can't just like hardwire it on hot. Like, are all stock interior items present. Like, it's very specific.
Yeah.
And you have car numbers. I had to figure out a car number too, but then
69, baby.
and then here's the actual tech form supposedly that they use.
Yeah.
Like, this is the technical inspection form just for SCCA RallyCross, period.
I gotcha.
Like, batteries, like, are the brakes good? No leaks, like, all the generic stuff, like helmet that's like a legitimate helmet, not just some fucking cheap ass.
There's
not some
you literally
$65
Yeah.
cannot
DOT
find
rating.
even like Menards and shit, they are all very like Snell rated. They are.
Yeah.
You can't even. I genuinely
and-
don't know where to buy a cheap shitty like.
These are better
Amazon.
than these are better than just Snell rating. These are SA
Yes.
current year
and,
spec.
and
Yeah.
the funny thing that
No
I kind of
nitrous.
love about all of these, when it comes to safety equipment, it's like, well, yeah, I'm going to spend $500+ on a helmet. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's going to save me
It's-
from getting a traumatic brain
Yeah.
injury.
It's my helmet and it's made out of carbon.
Yeah.
Weight savings.
you
Rid
know
of
what's shitty
fiberglass.
is my $650 carbon fiber fucking helmet is not Snell rated.
Yeah. Like, carbon helmets are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
A good like SA 2020 helmet is like $300
Oh,
for like
yeah.
a generic
Cheap.
white open face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Which one
Man, I'm gonna have
is your
fun.
is your favorite so far?
So
Are we-
80s.
This
I
guy?
do love the 80s.
this was
I
one of my favorite.
do just
ideas.
think that
telling
that
you,
is
either
a very
way, I think we
iconic
need to
feeling.
buy like the cheapest, shittiest jackets and spray paint them to match the
Oh, yeah.
car.
Whatever we get
for,
will
for the
match.
pit crew. Like,
I'm
I
cool
think
with
that'd
that.
be fucking hilarious.
Well, okay. Can I add a slight amendment to that?
No.
Can I get a jumpsuit? A
Sure.
white jumpsuit?
You mean a racing suit?
no,
Like the Stig?
like
Yeah,
the mechanic jumpsuit.
oh yeah.
yeah, like a painter suit. Yeah. You can, I guess. You're gonna roll around in the dirt in it and come up brown.
yeah.
Or spray paint like half of it blue, different colors.
Yeah, I'll just from the belly button down, it'll be brown.
You brought the brown pants.
People will ask, I shit myself.
So what other? So far, that's the favorite.
I like the red, black, and white.
this first one here, or
Or the
like
Marlboro
Just
one.
any
all
of them in generic.
I very much prefer that old
this-
Marlboro
I would-
look.
This
like
style.
just go on Google real
Hey,
quick and look
no,
up old
I know.
80s
And
Marlboro.
What I would
car
do
style.
is try to find the events pictures and look at what everybody else's has done and try to be different than that.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Because if somebody else has a
definitely.
Marlboro car,
There's
then
no
you don't want that. or
People-
if they have a General Lee car, you don't want one with too much orange.
right. I don't want to copy like a super
Yeah.
common theme.
Yeah, if
I-
there's
I
enough
just-
people there,
I
then surely
love
somebody
this
has
coloring
a
so
couple
much.
dollars in
Yeah.
spray paint.
If I was designing this, the only thing I would add is so like in the front where it triangles up, I would add black pinstriping.
Like black, like
That's
outline
it.
almost.
yeah,
yes.
just
Just
That's
to break
it.
that color. Yeah.
I fucking love, and I know cigarettes, blah blah
Cigarettes.
blah. I
Well, I'm not going to take.
love this style.
I'm not going to take the brand name. So whatever the brand is for that, I'm gonna spoof
Strip it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put a brand there. I'll just make my own brand. Like, I'll try to
You're
get
just
some-
sponsored by Yeehaw Lads.
I'll make something roughly the same.
Oh fuck! I gotta make sponsored by stickers now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's like if the car is blue, then it matches the logo good. If not, I'll just make a logo. But
Yeah.
it's like, what was I thinking of? Oh yeah, like the spoon one. Like, this is a legitimate, very real race car.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not going to run spoon on
No.
it, so I need to get another 5-letter acronym.
Stupid sports.
That's 6 letters.
But it's close.
What I was going to do is like TISM Motorsports.
There you go.
See,
You know,
and-
like it'll be the same font. and
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the spoon car. And they look at it.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Wait a minute.
minute.
Like something's not
TISM.
quite right.
Well, there's
there.
kind of have you guys seen the meme of it's a car? It's like the Sparko and Nos and shit, but it's like milk,
eggs, bread, cheese.
bread, all
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
Oh shit! So I found this out yesterday. Did you know Recaro,
Yes.
the guys who make pretty decent, fairly good
Yeah. This.
race car seats,
Allegedly.
make
Here's those decals, by the way.
child,
Child-size race seats.
not race seats, but like kid seats.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like-
I had no idea they did
Yeah.
that.
What is it? Is it PRP that makes the kids rock crawler seat?
Well, I know they make
Kids rock
inserts.
crawlers. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody
P-
makes a
I know
smaller.
PRP makes an insert. I want to say Dustin has an insert.
Somebody makes a like child size.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's
seat.
fucking
Well,
awesome.
You got to think like go-kart racing and like
Yeah.
not
kids go kart
not
racing.
track go-karts. I'm talking off-road go-karts.
Yeah, like
they do
bouncing.
need safety equipment as well. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I know that there's.
I know somebody makes one.
Yeah, I know a lot of people make inserts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Either
I'm
way,
not
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah, I just found out
child
Recaro
seats.
made child seats.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, that's like a legitimate, like 5 to 12 years old. Here's a seat for $400. Like
Yep.
that's like
Yeah.
a legitimate
Well,
thing.
the more popular kids buggies get, like off-road rock buggies,
Like junior scale quarter size stuff.
Yeah, with like a 12-horse Briggs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes sense to do that. So
Yeah, it's kind of neat. So yeah, I'm kind of working on that mentally, trying to get that kind of sorted out.
Well,
Also, you're-
especially now that Hangover runs over, you can
That
kind of
was-
shift your focus.
Hangover
over.
runs over,
Yeah.
and I've got like free time because I'm back to 40-hour weeks again.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I'll say, like, realistically, what is next on your truck besides a massive amount of money for a cage?
A battery, a winch, or mount the winch. Next,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
next
you have
would
the
be-
winch.
I have the winch. Yeah. Next would be sliders and stuff. Speaking of winch, fuck, we didn't even talk about that. So last week we were talking about the Total Off-Road Podcast giveaway, and I had to Photoshop
This
the picture.
came out very good. I know we threw a lot of ideas at you, but I liked
I ended up
this.
trying not to overdo it.
No, I think this is a good amount
Oh,
of
by the way,
perfect photoshopping.
Fuck you, because it was.
They said it wasn't. They
Yeah,
specifically said it was random.
I kind of thought it. Like, my first thought was I need to go overboard on this.
yeah.
For apparently good reason, and then I came here, you just crushed my dreams.
Because
I'm like, God damn
they
it.
literally said in the episode it's completely random.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be too.
So then
because
when-
especially like when I uploaded it, nobody was doing crazy shit. Trevor redid.
he did
his.
it twice, and then
It's like, well, fuck me. I should have done
Yeah.
something
So
different.
Did they pick a winner?
Yeah,
they picked like 5. Well, there was like 5 different things.
Yeah.
But like
1 through 5.
they originally said it's completely random.
And
I'm
it
like,
wasn't,
okay,
was
so
it?
it
and then
doesn't
it
matter.
wasn't.
And then it
yeah,
turns
no,
out
it was
wasn't.
just favorites of.
So
the
somebody
uploaded.
needs to
So that's on me.
rip
for that
Steve
one.
a new one.
Nah,
No, I need to rip Brian a new one because
Because I
guess who
told him
won
not-
and who didn't.
Brian.
I did.
So what
And
did
I
you
did.
win?
So let's go over this picture
Congrats,
first.
by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yippee! I spent 2 hours in Photoshop.
Golf clap,
yeah,
everybody.
at least. So this turned out really good. Did you notice the secret in there?
Ah, the chode.
I never zoomed in enough.
Nobody
Actually,
noticed it.
Can you
I,
pull
like-
up the actual picture of the chode?
I don't have it. I have it on my phone. I can pull it up.
okay.
But
Yeah.
like I color matched it to the rock. And hit
That's
in there.
fucking great.
Nobody noticed it, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like I didn't like. I was trying not to make it too like, oh, it's on the moon.
You
no
look
one will
like a
notice
fucking
that.
madman in this picture.
I literally
too.
went like super wide-eyed on purpose to make it look kind of wacky, because I'm like, I'm photoshopping
They
it anyway.
said something about like, oh, Brian's breathing or something, and I was like, it
Holding
kind of
his
does look
breath.
like he's holding
Yeah.
his breath in that picture. Yeah.
That's why it looks like
That's
that.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
So here is what that picture actually looks like.
chode.
I gotta switch back to my camera.
Which this is
controller.
how
is a-
big is that 3D print?
It's
pretty big.
It's like a
it's
foot.
about
It's-
10. It's
yeah,
about
10
10
inches
inches
probably.
tall. It's
10
large.
inches.
So-
Holy shit.
So that's the actual picture that I put in there.
Yeah.
But it's like nobody noticed. It's been an ongoing joke in there for years, and it's like unless once you see it, you,
You
never
can't
Yeah.
unsee it.
You never.
If you would have
unsee
done it like that's probably like 2/3. If you would have done like 3/4 the size of that rock, I might have picked. Like you might have been.
I
able
didn't want to
pick it
get
out.
too. I figured this was like somebody would notice it, and be like, "Oh, hey, like that's pretty good."
Yeah.
I was gonna put like a whole bunch of them in here, but I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get carried away
Well, it's also if
for
anybody,
something that's
like
random winning.
only the people looking at that to judge the contest saw this. Everybody else who posted the pictures, probably not many of them went back to look.
yeah,
at
it
these
got a total of like
pictures.
4 likes.
I did because they were talking about something, and I went back and looked at theirs, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
that makes sense."
that makes
When
sense,
you
yeah.
uploaded yours, I saw that you did, so I looked at it. I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's what he finished with."
Right.
But yeah,
So I ended up winning a prize because apparently it wasn't random. That's on me.
yeah.
I won, unfortunately, the most useless prize for me possible.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I won a synthetic winch lead from Crawler Off Road.
I mean,
And a fair lead, I believe.
I don't know if they said fair lead or not.
I thought it was a fair
take
lead
I'll
and
take
a,
the fair
and a
lead.
winch rope. I could be
So,
wrong, but yeah.
I won basically this guy, a 3/8 crawler winch rope,
yes.
which is awesome, except for the fact that my winch that I already have comes
Has
with
one
a
on.
synthetic rope.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna unspool my synthetic rope to put on the nicer synthetic rope.
Then you're gonna give me the factory one
Because
I'll
Hey,
replace my. I'll
basically,
buy the cable
it's
one.
always
because
good
I
to have a
need-
the
spare
cable
rope.
one's
I
$30
can't-
cheaper.
Well, I know, but I also can't buy that because I need the removable box. I don't know.
This box is removable.
Oh, it is.
Yes, if
Okay.
you look
I have not
closely-
seen one.
There's bolts here. This
I
whole
have
box
not
comes
seen
off.
that.
I checked that as soon as I got it. Like opened the box.
nice.
I'm like,
Well,
does that come
so
off?
I
But
don't know but also the bumper, the matching front bumper that bumps to my rear.
Yeah.
He has a set list of winches he knows works with it. I don't know.
This
if
is
one
basically
on
the same size. It looks.
I
weird,
understand that, but I
wouldn't you just
I'm
need
gonna
to
ask him,
change?
but when I order it, be like, hey, just checking if this new style works or not.
Wouldn't you just have to change the winch plate mounting?
No, the holes are the same size. It's the size
It's where it
of the
tucks
winch.
up. It's under my radiator, in between my frame.
Okay, I got you.
So
I
I'm
got
not
you.
sure.
Yeah. Like this one's like $590, where the other ones are like $200. Yeah.
Or like $350.
Yeah,
like
$350 not on sale.
About $350?
On sale, they're $299 all the time.
Right.
So yeah.
So you can get a 9,500 pound or a 12K for just under $300.
Yep.
And if you're gonna put a synthetic on it anyway, what's the difference?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won the prize I didn't need. I wanted the Morphlate, the tire inflator kit,
Yes,
where
I
it'll
did too.
hook to all 4 tires. I'm like,
Yeah.
that'd be ideal.
Realistically, we just
but
need to buy one because
yeah,
it'll I should probably buy it if you want to throw me some bucks because we'll be using it together
We'll use it.
all the time.
Well, and like I said, it's always good to have a spare cable. Spare.
Well, no, we're
Yeah,
talking about
no.
the Morphlate now.
Yeah.
But that Morphlate, man, that's like
because
a-
realistically, I
everybody,
might.
it's nice
I feel
to
like
have.
I'm gonna do more trips than you will.
Yeah, probably.
Just because.
Yeah, I don't do a ton of.
But like every time you will be with me, most likely. Not every time I'll be with you. So I'm
Exactly.
assuming
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get it. And
Probably, yeah.
We'll
Like-
figure something out.
It's
but-
to the group. It
I'll
doesn't
trade
matter.
you. I'll give you this winch rope if you buy my half of the Morphlate or something.
yeah,
like
basically.
Like here you go.
We'll
like,
figure something
equal.
out.
Otherwise, I'll use this for like a rear mount winch at some point. That'll like
Put it to your
Actually,
axle.
that way I can do
Hey,
like Matt's off road recovery. I have my
you
crazy off
are-
road wrecker.
Oh fuck!
Didn't he just build a new one?
He
I
built
was
this
gonna say
nasty
your
one.
spare tire is gonna be my spare tire too, but I'm not. I'm gonna be on 8x170s.
Half of you will be. If you're doing a 14 bolt, you won't be.
But I'm
I
gonna run
fucking love
spacers to
this
widen
thing.
that out to the Super Duty size.
It's so.
Well, then take
fucking
the spacer
tits.
off and put the spare on.
When I buy new
But-
wheels, I'm gonna be on.
I
Steelies for a
remember
while,
the
but yeah.
first little clip I saw of Matt's
off-road
pulling a
recovery.
trailer with a UTV out of like Moab.
Yeah.
and he's
So-
bombing, and it's like,
This is his
holy
off
shit,
road.
this
These are
thing
like
is awesome.
54s.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
it's all winch actuated like rear crane, so we can tow stuff out of there. It's an off road wrecker.
See if
Yeah.
you can pull up a clip of him.
I don't
pulling
want to
something
get dinged.
No.
Ah,
We're
shit.
I
also
won't.
at
I won't
like
get
2
dinged
hours,
since
so-
I'm not monetized. But
yeah,
it's
No, I
sick.
get
Go
you.
watch Matt's off road.
Yeah,
recovery.
go check him out. He's got some really cool shit. I
But
think there's
yeah.
a whole build video of him
There,
doing
there's
this
a
too.
lot of
There's
build
so many.
videos, yeah.
They do
He
so
did
much cool
he did
stuff.
some
But,
cool stuff.
but yeah, it's like I could do something like that, like off my rear cage, like the rear half of my cage, mount an upper pivot link so I can pick stuff up and drag it.
It would not hurt to have some sort of tall bar
I'm
in the
gonna
rear
have-
to at least try to drag shit.
No matter
yeah.
what, I'll have a tall bar up there to pull from. But it's whether I mount a winch low and pivot up to it would
Where
be
was-
nice.
Were you with us when Dustin was the recovery?
No,
truck.
that was before me because he,
Okay,
he
yeah.
towed back the
Dustin,
Durango.
Dustin, his Toyota, he has he's like it's a 2 or 3 inch pipe bumper. Think of just an oval bumper, and it lays horizontally, and that's his rear bumper.
I'm pulling it up right now.
It's just an oval. Yeah, it's a very crude but very
You want
useful.
his rear bumper? Or
But his
front
rear
bumper?
bumper.
Okay.
He was the tow truck like 3 separate times because it kept working out to where his rear bumper was
I fucking love his rig. Oh
Yeah.
my god, he's got his little kids a Power Wheel.
Yeah.
That's the same
Yeah.
color. That's adorable.
This bumper.
yeah, his rear bumper, it just worked
It's a-
out. Like we took the tire off and just used his rear bumper as a wrecker point.
winch point.
Because it was tall enough and heavy enough, and there's no body around it.
Yes.
To where we could just hook shit up to it and call it good enough.
Yeah. So when I do it, I'm planning on putting a crossbar basically about where his X is.
Yeah.
Just for a reason to put a soft shackle and a hook to that.
Okay.
Shit,
That way
that's
it
gonna be a
has-
really good winch
That way it's
point.
towing up.
You're also
Yes.
not planning to carry your spare tire with you. I'm
If I
assuming.
do, it'll be up against the cab.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to or not, but I haven't
Yeah.
decided that far yet. I need to figure out where my weights and back. I need to add weight to the rear, so it would be good to put it there.
Speaking of that, how is your entire 3D SolidWorks model coming with your F350?
It hasn't yet. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, so when you loaded the model, did it tell you how many triangulations you had?
There's a big number. This model's incredibly detailed.
Like a couple million? I'm sure.
At
A
least.
good model is usually a couple million.
I'll see if I can find the model real quick.
Because I remember
Not
this
model
week
kit.
you were bitching about SolidWorks literally crashing.
It just does that sometimes.
Well, it's SolidWorks, so it's
it does solidly
a
work.
bit
Yeah.
of a bitch, but
It is this 3D model right here. If I can get it to load in nicely. Ooh, God.
Holy shit.
This is the 3D model I've been playing with to model my truck. Because it's the exact same cab and front fenders and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a relatively well-detailed, like, full spec of this truck.
It's very well
Well,
detailed.
zoomed out a lot.
If you zoom
That's zooming
in,
so much.
I'll say, yeah, it's a fast
Just
zoom.
That's really
zoom
aggressive.
over to like the door.
But, like, it's got the curves
the fact
of the door.
that how smooth that is with triangulation
And it's got like
and 3D
the
models.
interior and like I don't need all this because my
No.
truck stops right here basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's where you cut to.
But like it's all individual pieces and fits together
Holy
really nice.
shit.
Like this model's amazing. Like and it was free. Like shout out MotoMan 135, I guess. Like
You know, you gotta love guys who do free 3D modeling
like
stuff.
he's like oh, it's not the best. I'm like, this is pretty fucking good.
Pretty
for,
fucking good.
for just some free model. Like absolutely. So I want to take this and like cut it off and then put my rear frame on, you know, all that stuff.
Well, you know, there was a video I saw not too long ago. Oh, it was Cletus.
Cletus.
Oh, yeah, they're
3D
doing-
filing.
They're 3D
or
scanning
3D modeling.
One of
his
the Patreon
entire
guys just got a 3D. Oh,
and
he
it's
just
like,
did his,
God,
WJ.
I would kill for a 3D gun right now.
The
You can
Patreon
just
guy,
buy them,
the
but
Patreon
they're
guy has
fucking
one.
expensive,
This
though.
is like
Not all
a
of 'em.
consumer level. He just got one like not even a week ago, and he was doing his Jeep Grand Cherokee. He was doing a render because he has a CNC table or plasma table as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, looking at doing a lot more stuff. He's trying to build his own kind of fab business.
Well, and especially
but yeah,
you know,
he just got that
when
3D
doing body
tool.
panels or like
In this case where
reinforcement
it's a-
strut work.
In this case, where it's a tube frame race
Yeah.
car with nothing to
It
model
fucking
off of.
helps to have a full 3D render of
Oh my
that thing
God,
because
so
guess what?
much.
You just drag and drop your lines and build a part, drop it into what's the it's kind of small, the Arc Droid.
Oh yeah, the portable plasma.
Yeah, dropping it into one of those and then building a fully 3D bendable part that
like-
you can weld up and bing bang boom, it drops right into place.
When we back halved my truck, I drew it all in SolidWorks.
Yeah.
And I gave Michael an exact cut list. I'm here, cut it this at this angle, this size, this angle. He's like, okay, this looks pretty easy. Like, I matched a 7-inch tall frame to a 6-inch frame by setting the angles just right to where when you stretch the
Where it
6-inch
matched up
sideways,
properly.
it gets longer.
Yes.
When you cut it on an angle. So I cut it to where the 6-inch was actually 7-inch, and it blends really nice and smooth.
Oh, I think because I remember one walking in and going, "What the fuck are you doing, Michael?"
Is that right when we cut the frame in half?
Well, no. I remember I came up to the shop and he was pushing your rear axle out of the way.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Mike, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, it's just.
And
like
then I
that.
walked into the shop and I was like, "What the fuck? You
Yeah.
just cut the whole ass end of this truck off?"
Pretty much. That's pretty much exactly.
And
what
I
happened.
remember when we were working towards, was it 22?
Hangover run.
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
This year's
22.
Brian's truck's
Yeah.
first hangover.
22,
I
23
remember
year.
me, Michael, and you were mocking up where your
leaf spring hanger.
C channels
Oh.
would match up to the frame.
Yeah,
and we
for the
got it
cross
up there, and I
members
was like,
stuff.
Brian, do you realize you got this like
Perfect. As
within a couple mil
like I
of,
said, it's
of
like
getting this perfect?
I don't know if I'm lucky or if I'm just really good at stuff like that, but it's like every
it's
part of that
because
truck.
you took the time to
fits
plan it out
exactly.
and then 3D model it and go, okay, here's my cut list.
Yeah. Like the fuel tank just misses the rear diff. The shocks are
It's-
just
it's so-
right
I'm-
at the top of the bend. Like
it
it just,
angers me.
everything
how
just
perfect
lined up.
That
Really.
lined up.
It took a lot of work to get it there, but anyway, that's like an hour and a half or an hour 50
we're like,
minutes.
Yeah, we're two.
Yeah.
Bullshit episode.
We'll get out. Yeah, this is what the people want, I guess. I don't. Our episode
What
before the
people?
Hangover
Hi,
run's
Joanne.
way more popular than the one of it. So
Yeah.
fucking whatever.
Neat.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.